3, 2, 1. My darlings, a revolution is coming. If Frankenstein frightened you, my next story will make you stand up and yell, "Help!" Hi, I am Jake from Man Carrying Thing. This is Sardonicast.
And I'm Alex from HE, and I'm going to go with, "Here comes the motherfucking Sardonicast."
Oh, that was a really good impression.
That was good, right?
That was really good.
It's a good movie.
You should have introduced it. And that's the intro. That's the two of us here. Excited to talk to you guys about
the
film.
spin on last episode's
Hi
Wi-Fi
guys,
issues.
what's up?
Whoa,
Hey,
oh my God. Holy
you
shit.
thought you
Oh my
could do
God.
this without me? What the heck?
No. We didn't coordinate this in advance or anything.
It jump scared me, though, man.
Yeah.
How's it going? I'm Adam from Your Movie Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do the intro today. I had a quote and I lost it. I thought I had a quote, and my brain's too mush to remember every single quote from The Bride, and I didn't really feel like engaging with it again.
That's fine. I think after 213, you're allowed to have a break on one.
Oh, thank you.
Only this once, though. Only
Thank
this
you.
one time.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. What's a big change, Adam? What's going on? Are you possessed by some 1800s moody writer or something?
No, I think, probably actually that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually what's happening.
Oh, that would explain it. Yeah.
So I appreciate the support for my newfound predicament.
Yeah, and of course we're referring to a film called Undertone when we talk about possession and stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't even watch that.
No, I didn't either.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Right. So, Alex, could you give us a quick recap?
A couple people did, apparently. I heard it was underwhelming. That's kind of what the trailer looked like.
It was an underwhelming podcast horror movie.
Okay.
I don't know. It just fits in that bucket, kind of like The Mummy for me, where it's like maybe at one point there was like a concept here to expand on, but this ain't really doing it for me. In one ear, out the other.
Did either of you see Pontypool?
No, the name is ringing a bell.
No.
There's
Pontypool.
there's a horror movie called Pontypool, Pontypool, that was kind of cool, and it was like a radio host horror movie sort of thing, and it was like I was just reminded of that when I watched the trailer for this other one. I was like, oh, why don't I just watch Pontypool? I think you might get something out of it.
That's such an unusual name, Pontypool.
Yeah, I don't remember why it's called that, but
It's memorable.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it. It's a Canadian movie.
Pontypool sounds like some British slang for when someone's banned from being in a public pool or something.
Yeah, stop being a
Yes.
Pontypool, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Except in real Britain, they don't even call it a pool.
The swimming
They
pool,
call it a splishy splash palace.
the splash zone. Yeah.
You're banned from the splash zone.
So any other films? So I saw, let's see, Faces of Death, which was underwhelming as well.
Sure. That's what I heard.
had some interesting style going for it, but Charlie XCX was in it and had like 2 lines.
Oh,
It was
okay.
very, very jarring, and she did a terrible.
Wait, as herself, or as because the moment came out recently too, right? That's like her.
No. She was playing she was like the coworker, and she was there for like 2 scenes, and she had a horrible American accent.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't really surprise me. Okay.
But
Nice.
the movie was it was like an interesting concept, like commenting on how much violence is like pervasive online and everything, and how that affects us. And the main character is like a moderator at a type of TikTok thing, so she like moderates content, and she ends up discovering like real life murder and investigates blah blah blah. There's a slasher, and it ends up becoming kind of like an uninteresting kind of preaching about how phone bad. But I liked some of it. It was going for something.
Yeah. There wasn't, I remember at the end of the last episode, after we were kind of discussing, like, oh, what do we talk about that's like new in theaters? The Mummy was one of them, but like, I don't know. We didn't really fully commit, and I saw those reviews come out, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
this looks kind of mid, and I'm very busy moving, so.
Yeah. Are you all done moving and everything?
No.
Adam?
Not in the
No.
slightest.
Oh,
I mean, in the slightest. Yeah, that was an exaggeration. I assembled stools last night. I have a place to sit,
nice.
and that was
Good place
satisfying.
to start. Nice.
I have a bread machine, so I can make bread
Ooh.
now. Because I'm also trying to do some lifestyle changes. Like, okay, this is obviously expensive. I shouldn't be ordering fucking Uber Eats, Postmates all the time, right? I should try to make my own food.
Yeah, that's
However, I also have tendinopathy, wrist, mobility issues. And so I'm like, okay, how do I design this space in a way that's good for me and accessible for my issues? And so a bread machine was a pretty obvious answer to me, because you just throw in ingredients and it does it for you. I don't have to like roll, all these things that would aggravate my symptoms. Like, okay, great. I literally have a thing where I pour stuff in it and press a button, and I set a timer so that it did it like and was ready for when I woke up. And it was a very
nice fresh bread,
pleasant
That's awesome.
Feeling, but also foreboding, because I know it's just gonna get me really fat.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I ate that whole fucking loaf of bread, and I brought pieces of it to a friend's like bonfire.
Nice.
And I had thick ass slices that I put on a stick and I toasted over a fire. And the outside was crispy and the inside was still soft, even though it was a day old. And I felt very satisfied and humbled, just munching on my first homemade bread of all time, even though I let a machine do it for me and I followed the instructions to a T.
I could see you with a sourdough starter. You got to get into that, your little sourdough pet.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna try that for sure. Yeah, I'm looking up the process. I'm not doing it just yet because I also have to plan, like, okay, if I'm making an entire loaf of bread for myself, I got to make sure that I'm not like leaving out of town that week, or that I have other plans for, like I want to make sure it doesn't go to waste, right? So I got to be mindful.
That's great. I'm happy about your bread journey.
Thank you.
But
me too.
I would like to move on to the next topic of discussion.
I want to talk about my bread more.
Yeah. That's cool. But speaking of bread, CinemaCon happened in Las Vegas,
and nobody got bread there.
No, I'm sure there was. I mean, they're making bread, right? They're making
no. Well, never mind.
Okay, that's fine. Clavicular was at CinemaCon.
Oh, really?
I believe.
No
selling
way.
his film.
No way. You're joking, right?
I thought you just like overdosed.
No, I'm just making.
Thank
I'm trying to get off the bread
All
topic.
right, just fucking,
oh my god. I think the name CinemaCon is like, it tells you everything you need to know.
It makes me not want to go there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. What if we took the concept of Comic-Con and applied it to films? Right? Oh, Star Wars, Marvel.
Well, it's like it's the theater, the producers. They're talking to the theater chains. They're like selling them on, hey, we got some good movies for you guys to show in your theaters. And they, how could it be a gimmick when they show a trailer for Avengers Doomsday? Okay, and no one can even get the footage. Like imagine, think of it. We could have been there, the three of us in Las Vegas, watching shows and drinking and gambling, and then we watch the Avengers Doomsday trailer before everyone else.
It's in Vegas. Wow.
Think how cool that would be.
That manufactured hype machine though, of like all the people who, you can't even watch the trailer. It's people talking about them describing what happened in the trailer.
Yeah,
and you're like watching them describing it. It's like, God damn it, dude.
And I heard it's a lot of people turning around while Robert Downey Jr. talks with an accent. Yeah,
I couldn't imagine wanting to be in that chaotic, claustrophobic, people-packed environment just to see a trailer that's going to be out on YouTube in like, what? Let's just say under a month.
Yeah,
I don't know, right? Like, it's a trailer. Like, you're literally like, you're paying probably hundreds of dollars, and the entire purpose of it existing is just so that you can generate marketing hype.
Yeah, I could smell that description too when you were describing that. I just don't want to be in that environment.
Yeah.
But I mean, think how amazing it'd be sitting there. David Ellison gives a presentation about Paramount. I mean, come on, it'd be beautiful and interesting.
Yeah, like it seems like the type of place where someone's gonna pitch the next like Quibi or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like money people trying to convince a scam.
Is Quibi still around?
No, I think it died.
Quibi? That's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Katzenberg, R.I.P. He didn't die, but he's
No, he
his
did die,
ideas
didn't
did. No, he didn't. What?
No, I think recently, yeah. Let's see.
No, he's 75. He's good.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
Thank God.
I confused him with Roger Allers.
Roger
Right?
Ailes? What?
No, fuck. Who am I thinking of? Yeah, Roger Allers,
Oh, I don't know.
who
that is.
was a Disney director. He's one of the co-directors of The Lion King. That's why I thought that Katzenberg. Yeah, January 17th, 2026. Okay,
Man, we
I'm
could
not
do
crazy.
a whole episode on Katzenberg. I mean, that would be. Anyways, I thought I'd bring up CinemaCon briefly. Also wanted
Thanks.
to yeah, you are so welcome. Also wanted to bring up and let you guys know, share the good news, right? The film Michael, which is coming out this week. The early reviews have just dropped, and it is at a fresh 33% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice. I'm hyped.
You can't trust the critics.
You can't. You absolutely can't.
This is
So
a movie
it's-
for the fans. This is for the this is a movie for people who like the movie, okay?
Yeah.
Trust the fans of the movie, the people that like it.
I can't take it anymore. I can't.
What is the Metascore? You know, that's pretty impressive for Rotten Tomatoes, because Rotten Tomatoes tends to like overinflate reception.
I was a bit shocked.
Oh, big time.
like, that means it's really bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited now. I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Now I'm excited.
I hope it's funny bad.
Or all of the critics are biased.
They were paid off.
Because they all because the something about being paid, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Are you trying to discredit my perspective?
No, that was good. We're riffing here.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't
Any
been-
other?
I haven't been riffing. I've been completely serious this whole time.
Okay, I know.
I want to talk
I
more
know.
about my bread.
Any other bread thoughts? Bread?
Yes. No, yeah. It was a French bread.
How are we feeling about rye bread?
Ooh, rice.
I'm
good?
not sure, actually.
Bit dry. A dry rye.
Yeah, no, it was a French bread. The outside was very crispy. I was shocked that sugar wasn't one of the ingredients.
Fun fact: my son is obsessed with sourdough bread right now, or in fact,
shit,
any
what?
bread. We literally cannot say the word bread around him.
Oh
We
my
have to
God.
spell it. We're like, hey, should we give him some BREAD? And like, I cannot eat a sandwich around him.
Oh my
He
God,
wants to have
really?
the bread. Yeah, no. And like, I can't cook anything in the toaster oven because if he hears the ding anywhere in the house, he's like, bread.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We're indoctrinated. That's crazy.
That's a keeper.
yeah. So share some of your bread sometime. He would appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can make bread whenever I want. It's the power of technology. I feel like a magician.
Mm-hmm. Any other good films that are about bread?
There's
Chef?
a film called
Chef?
Our Daily Bread, which was made somewhere in Europe, and I think it's like 2006, maybe somewhere around there. Not to be confused with other films of the same title, but this one is a bunch of static, stationary shots of things involving food production, ranging from just showing workers like harvesting or washing fruits, and then suddenly you're watching like a fucking C-section performed on a cow, like uncensored, and it's like, wow, like what the fuck, and like it's kind of eye-opening without commentary, and I love documentaries like that where like the footage speaks for itself. Where it's like, oh damn, we are disproportionately disconnected from our meals.
Damn.
That's beautiful.
And there's bread in there somewhere, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I mean the title also.
We got Wallace and Gromit. They were bakers for one of the episodes. Matter of Loaf and Death. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I found an article called 5 Films and Documentaries for Bread Lovers. So there's
Are we just rebranding as like a bread show now? Because I'm kind of down with that.
I mean,
yeah.
Now that there's a bread tuber on the podcast, I think it's appropriate.
Oh,
I think let's talk about the conquest of bread. I think we can bring in some of that socialist insight. I think Kropotkin wasn't a socialist. What was he? I'm thinking of the book Conquest of Bread.
Oh.
Which is how BreadTube got its name.
You could just like read the book for like the rest of the episode.
Peter Kropotkin, Conquest of Bread. He was a proponent.
No, you have to do it sarcastically, then it's like satire and it's fair use. Otherwise it's copyright infringement.
Okay, no, I'm not reading it.
So like say it with like a mocking voice and then just read the whole thing.
He was a Russian anarchist, political philosopher, and geography, known as a proponent of anarchist communism. Okay. Okay, pal.
That's it. Yeah.
And he loved bread.
So you guys wanted to talk about the Mummy, right?
No, we got a few more minutes on bread.
Okay, sure.
Lee Cronin's loaf of bread.
Oh God.
Yeah. I went on like a trek, an odyssey to see this damn movie.
Why?
Because I made like a mistake. It's completely my fault. Like I made a mistake that I hadn't done before. I'm surprised it's actually taken me this long to make this mistake. But I turned up for my screening yesterday, and like the cinema I went to was just closed. I was
no!
Like, wait, what? Shit! I got a movie to catch. But I just booked the ticket for the wrong day. I was like, shit! I got to see this for the podcast. So I drove to like an hour in the other direction.
Did you? What I thought when you and I had a conversation about it, we were both under the impression like, oh yeah, like if the reviews are mid, we'll just watch The Bride instead. I thought that was what we said.
I'd already seen The Bride, and I don't know. I was still.
I'm just saying you didn't have to.
That's how dedicated you are. He's dedicated to this podcast, Adam, in ways you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to bread.
Yeah, once I have the mission, like I'm dedicated to Lee Cronin. You know, he's my number one guy. When I saw that name, I was like, I've got to go see Lee Cronin's latest. You know, like everyone at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Who directed it?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
There is something kind of annoying when someone puts their name at the beginning of the movie and they're not like super established, right?
I get it.
It's ballsy. Like,
I think they think that they can make themselves a household name by doing that.
But that's what John Carpenter did. Like, he was putting his name on the movies before he was a big deal. He was like John Carpenter's Halloween.
Like as officially a part of the title?
Yeah.
Just not the poster? Because like the poster, yeah.
He was like demanded his name be above the title, and then well, actually, I don't know. Is it John Carpenter's Halloween or it's just Halloween? But I know that he demanded his name be like it's like John Carpenter's, right?
At like what point in his career though? Like surely not
really early.
His third movie, and like how successful?
It was super. I think from Assault on Precinct 13. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. John Carpenter, and like how successful were his first few?
Not very successful. I mean, a little bit.
It does come across on its face like a Hideo Kojima, like, hey, this is an ego thing.
Yeah.
But from what I was reading, I think it was actually more of like a Blumhouse. We need to make sure this is distance from the Brendan Fraser Mummy franchise. I think it's
and
literally
also the
as simple
Cruise
as that.
One.
And that, anything to do with that, because they wanted it to be like a serious horror movie, and Blumhouse are quite, I don't know, skittish with that sort of thing. So I don't even think, from what I was reading, that Lee Cronin wanted it necessarily, but it's just one of those, like, take one for the team, business realities, perhaps. Because it hasn't really worked out in his favor. Maybe it's got eyes on it. It has kind of, like, worked for sort of rebranding it. It's like, well, we know it's not Brendan Fraser, at the very least. It's just a shame it couldn't be very entertaining movie, really. It's just the Blumhouse effect every single time with these guys. God damn it. I'm sorry, they just piss me off with their horror movies. Like they're so lazy. They're so dull. Why is this 2 hours, 14 minutes long?
You went out of your way to see it.
Yeah, why did we do this?
I think I'm making good decisions in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy you're happy, and we're happy that we saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy, even though it was a really boring fucking experience. And
so boring.
Like, okay, here's the thing. Did you guys see Evil Dead Rise?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
He did a great job with that. He like captured that Sam Raimi energy. It was like a really contained script and story, and it was like, this is exactly what you're good at doing. Like, this is the exact stuff you're good at doing. And this movie is like, let's see if we can do a little bit more. It doesn't want to just be like an Evil Dead movie, but it ends up being like an Evil Dead movie, but with a little bit of like, hey, we need to have like, you know, the trauma stuff and like grief and all that stuff. But it's like, the problem is this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. Lee Cronin clearly relishes doing the stylistic big set pieces where there's a bunch of blood and guts and squishy vomit and all the juices, and you know, it's very visceral and it's fun when it gets to that point, when it goes crazy over the top. But every time it slows down, when it's like, our daughter's been missing for 8 years. Like, you haven't been the same at home. What is our marriage? You know, it's just like you can tell there's zero interest in it. The script is really dull at those points, and it's like first off, it's not a mummy movie.
It's a daddy
movie.
movie.
It's not really an Evil Dead movie. It's an Exorcist movie. It's a little girl possessed. Like, it has nothing to do with mummies except for it starts in Egypt. You know, it's just,
which kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, that was a big thing to me.
Like, those movies are always so annoying. Name a good one other than The Exorcist.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're so formulaic, or like a Poltergeist it was reminding me of as well. That kind of structure. But yeah, it wasn't distinguishing itself as like why it needed to be a mummy movie outside of it. It's basically just a ghost. It's basically a zombie. There's not like really a spin outside some of the stuff to do with the like rapping, which I wish they kind of delve more into with like the whole setting of it, because yeah, it does just evolve into a weirdly overly long, extremely boring and dull. It wants to kind of be a little bit of like an elevated horror type situation, like a Hereditary or something, about this like family and there's like something deeper going on here, and have some sort of like pathos or like a thick atmosphere to it, but it can't find an angle. It's it's kind of like excruciatingly boring for the entire runtime. And it tonally can't figure out what it wants.
Give me Lee Daniels is the Mummy.
Lee Daniels is the Mummy would actually probably be better than
sure.
I'd watch
Yeah,
that.
no,
I mean, another thing, and I kind of wanted, I hope you do watch this at some point, Adam, because I would love to hear your reaction to the audio in this and the sound design.
Oh, no.
It is, I mean, I've seen some like bad horror movie sound design. This movie, it was like they were the most insecure sound design, where every second there's some weird cello or violin or bang or crash or bells. It's like every cliche. It has there's no cohesion. There's no theme. It doesn't have anything to do with like Egypt or anything. It's just like noise, nonstop noise, zero silence.
Yeah, there was no confidence to that. It just felt like, oh shit, we don't know like what we're communicating. Just turn the volume up. It does get very frustrating after a certain point. Like, it just blasting you with that score, with that sound effect all the time. It's like, cut it out.
It's incredibly obnoxious.
I mean, sorry.
No, I mean, it's just one of those elements where it's like it's trying to overcompensate, I think, stylistically for a lot of what is lacking in the story. You know, I feel like probably Lee Cronin knows what he's great at and what he isn't, and also you can tell where the script is weaker. And it's like, okay, well, we'll do like a ton of split diopter shots, even when it doesn't really make sense to do it.
With that.
I never thought. Every time you see a split diopter shot these days, everyone's like, "Oh, based." It's like Brian De Palma, like, and it's so fun. Like, hey, yeah, you're doing a split diopter. That's cool.
I notice it, and therefore I'm a critic.
Well, no, not even that. It's just fun. You know, it's like you're trying something. You're doing something interesting, or you know, a throwback to how things were. But this movie, I literally never thought I'd be exhausted or tired of split diopter. I'm like, dude. And it's just the most random things where like a kid is watching TV, split diopter with a parent doing something. It's like not even like building the tension or anything. It's like unnecessary. Why are we doing that?
No, I felt the exact same way. It just felt like, why have you chosen? Why is this a creative choice at all? Like, what is this helping with this movie? Like,
so essentially just a lack of restraint throughout is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. It's the Blumhouse problem for me, where nearly all of their films just feel like rushed, unpolished first drafts, like at best. You know, it's just something they whipped together like a script in a weekend and then just rushed it together. Like, they're so unpolished and just never have much cohesion or just any focus really. And I feel like there probably is an okay 90-minute or so movie in here. I just don't get why it had to be so bloated and just has this whole yeah, it's got like an epilogue for some reason that just felt like this added nothing. It's got this whole like swath of characters that are like, what is this adding? Having like this lack of focus. It really needed kind of a central character to keep it focused, because it just at a certain point just starts jumping around to all these random characters and you don't really feel like it's anchored in anything. So when you're supposed to be fearing for this family and this like mummy situation that's in there, and it's more just kind of frustrating as to like, wait, the jumping off point is them getting this mummy, this like girl that's been trapped in this sarcophagus for what is it, 8 years, 7-8 years they mention, and then the doctors are just kind of like, hey, you just take her home, a bit of TLC will sort her out good and proper. And it's like, that's where we're like starting with. How am I supposed to take this seriously? Maybe if it was a bit more like, you know, self-aware.
She like cannot move.
Yeah, she can't. She's
her
like in such a state. Yeah, her actual skin is like peeling off of her body. She like can't communicate or do anything, and she's just kind of handed off to these parents. And I don't know, maybe if they wanted to make that some of the commentary of the film or what it was trying to say, but
it could have been
really
funny.
didn't feel like it was saying anything. Like, what was the film actually going for outside of, you know, trying to scare you or make you uncomfortable? It didn't feel like it had like much lore or like an angle that makes it like, this is what makes this a horror classic or whatever it needed to be.
Well, it's also like, if you're doing an exorcism type of movie, like you got to take it seriously. And like the reason why the Exorcist work isn't because it was just big, crazy moments that we all remember, you know, the girl running down the stairs backwards and all that crazy stuff. What's important about that movie is just like how grounded it is. It feels extremely real. And it's like most of it's just conversations. You know, this movie, it goes completely over the top. It has no idea what it wants to say. And it's dealing with, like, the story in itself is pretty upsetting. Like,
super dark.
Their child is kidnapped and gone for 8 years. And that's like, it's funny because they're talking about it and speculating, and they see what their daughter went through, and they're speculating, going like, what happened to her? And everything you could imagine possibly. They talk about sex trafficking. They talk about like the most horrific stuff that could have happened to her and what she went through. It's all more scary than, she was in a coffin and she was possessed. You know, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It just like cuts all of the steam and energy out of a movie and out of horror itself. Like, horror is supposed to get under your skin and freak you out. And like, yeah, you can have all the pus and slime and goo and vomit you want, but like, if you're missing the actual things that we're scared of and actual stuff that we think about late at night, then what are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's so like paint by numbers to the degree where like Bring Her Back last year was basically like parodying the kind of tropey elements of what this film's going for, with it answering questions of like, oh, what happened to the kid during this break is kind of like the crux of the film, with the father being like an investigator and trying to figure that out. But there's also a cop investigating too, and all these separate lines, like these ABC stories, don't really overlap or come together in a way that's very satisfying.
The investigation is it means nothing because we know what happened. She just got possessed by a mummy. Okay, great. We get it. Like, what? They're like so intent, like, what happened to her? What happened? We see she is a mummy. Like, you have a mummy daughter. Like, what else do you need to know? Like, she's crawling on the ceiling and breaking people's necks. Like, come on. She's eating scorpions. Yeah. She's eating scorpions in the hallway, like in their basement. And the mom is just like, she needs to be with her family. And the dad's like, maybe she needs some more help.
Yeah, they love the CG bugs.
Maybe they should have done like the Prey route where it's like, oh, this is a surprise mummy film by the end of it.
Maybe.
Just called it Lee Cronin's The I'm Not Sure Yet.
Yeah. If it had leaned into its setting, though, like the scenes that actually were in Egypt and had like Egyptian characters and that kind of stuff was like way more intriguing.
Yes.
But most of the movie is just in like a house
Albuquerque.
in America.
It's just an Albuquerque.
Yeah, like Hereditary or Poltergeist or however many of these kind of tropey movies you want to.
And it's just a generic spooky Blumhouse house.
Yeah, and you could just swap out this creature for anything. It didn't really feel inspired. It just kind of felt like, and it is a bummer because he turned down making the sequel to Evil Dead Rise to make this.
Oh, he turned
and
it
this is
down?
basically,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he had a choice, and he took the gamble with this.
Dude.
It's unfortunate because it's basically all the best parts of this movie are just when
It could have been an Evil
like
Dead
a
scene,
rip-off Evil
yeah.
Dead movie, basically. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, like a similar kind
Weird.
of tone. So it just feels like, damn, why'd you do that? Because if you just continue what you're doing with Evil Dead Rise, I feel like you're onto something there that's like sustainable. There's something to that where this. I don't even really get what the swing is, what the risky. What is it about this project that would have been so like, oh, I've got to do this for Blumhouse type thing? Because I don't know, it's like not come together as far as the joke is his name now. Like it's turned his name into like the punchline.
Kind of, yeah.
Which obviously is not
That's
ideal
unfortunate.
Yeah, when it's like I don't know, there's more going on than that.
Yeah, I wonder how much control he had even.
Yeah, exactly. And then how much it affects his career, I guess, is how much money it makes. To a degree.
I mean, he'll get work after this for sure. Like one movie that doesn't do well doesn't like kill your career. Evil Dead Rise did really well.
I'm sure he'll. And horror movies are like bankable, and if you make them cheap, like that, you can really turn a profit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Blumhouse's whole.
That's their whole
model.
thing.
Yeah.
Make it cheap.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis recently came out complaining about Jason Blum and how cheaply the Halloween movies were made? And apparently, she didn't realize it was supposed to be a trilogy until after they shot the first one. And he was like, "Yeah, we're doing a trilogy." So I don't know how she missed that, but
we're getting a couple more Evil Dead movies though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Evil Dead Burn coming out this year. The director, I have not seen anything that they've made, but they've got a couple things that look interesting. Infested has got like a good meta score, so I'm intrigued by that. And then, sorry, I keep having to clear my throat.
Do you need some bread?
Long story. Evil Dead Wrath, 2028, directed by Francis Galuppi, who made The Last Stop in Yuma County, which was great, and I would recommend. So
Okay,
I'm
cool.
excited about that. Actually,
Cool.
you would both like it. Actually,
Cool. I'll check that out. I like how they keep passing it to like up and coming filmmakers.
yeah,
you
no,
know?
that's super cool. That's a great.
Yeah, that was a
point.
good idea.
Yeah.
As much as I would love another Evil Dead directed by Raimi, like
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
it's still cool that they're like keeping the franchise alive in this way and like giving new opportunities and trying different things. It's like it's a flexible franchise when you can have Army of Darkness and Evil Dead Rise in the same,
Yeah.
list of films.
Well, we could like, Sam Raimi could just franchise one of his other films. We could get like Drag Me to Heaven.
Yes.
It's like just the same movie, but like the good ending.
That could be good.
She like repents right before.
That sounds like a Daily Wire original.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Sorry, I got reminded of God's Not Dead, which is not Daily Wire, but just there's a scene
classic.
in that that's very insane to exist.
Oh, have you guys seen this movie? I think someone Raimi may have directed it. It's called Bakery in Brooklyn, and it's
No.
about a woman. She inherits a historic bakery and learns how to make bread. And
Oh my
this is,
god.
I'm just saying, like, we're talking about our bread lovers on the podcast. They want to hear us mention.
Oh my
these
god,
films.
I'm watch listing it.
Sounds like
Thank
an Adam
you.
type movie.
Yeah. So more bread movies. Do you guys have any other thoughts about this film, The Mummy? Alex, do you want to?
Mostly just the whole cast was atrocious. So like there was never a chance really for it to sell anything. With it being this is a tight knit family, and it's about the family kind of being slowly torn apart. And the dad sucks, the mum sucks, and then they start arguing for like the dumbest reasons. Where it's like
They have like one argument.
yeah, and the reason they're arguing is just like, this is so like forced and unbelievable. And then there's all the kid actors coming together, so it's like this perfect little potion of Blumhouse shite. Yeah, this was a no-go for me. a couple little flashes here and there of like, oh, if you'd like indulged in that or like developed that in some way or had like a character to show me this through, maybe could have done something, but no, it just feels kind of half-assed, and it's like a 1.5 star for me.
Nice.
Thumbs down.
I think I gave it the same, or maybe I gave it two stars. But yeah, it's quite dull, really unfortunate. Why does every possession film require that the possessed person crawl on the ceiling at some point? Like literally every possession film. I mean, it's not
That's
the worst
annoying.
one. I mean, there was like the Pope's Exorcist or something with Russell Crowe.
If they don't crawl on the ceiling, then they might be faking it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's how you know it's real.
It's proof. You go, whoa, that's impossible.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the next film we're talking about?
Bride.
The motherfucking bride.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah, the
motherfucking bride.
Wait, say that again, Alex, in that voice.
The motherfucking bride. Bro, it's been a while since I've been in a movie and it's like sandbagged itself this quick. Like in that opening sequence, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was expecting it to be kind of cringy, but dude,
Mhm.
that opening like monologue is like cringeworthy. It sends a shiver down your spine and like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Legendarily bad performances from Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale here.
Best actress winner, Jessie Buckley.
Yeah, fresh off that award. And Christian Bale too. Like it's quite intriguing to me what happened with this. I'd be curious to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, you guys go first. Let me know.
Yeah, this is a movie that wears itself on its sleeve. It's as if somebody watched the wrong Tim Burton movies and then took away all the wrong things and just tried to replicate it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's confusing to try and think about like what anyone was supposed to get out of this or who it's for.
Yeah. Yes. That's the question. Who is it for? Because it's wearing its inspirations on its sleeve to this.
Mhm.
Yeah, you mentioned Burton degree, this absurd degree. But there's like the kind of Joker thing going on, like the Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing, almost like a Christopher Nolan kind of thing as well,
What?
with like Christian Bale and like that whole scene where there's like it's kind of framed similarly to The Dark Knight with the Joker coming into that kind of party. And it becomes like a whole like revolutionary kind of sequence. I really felt like with it being Maggie Gyllenhaal and her being in that movie and Christian Bale being there, I felt like, yeah, we're going to go for like a scene kind of like that kind of, you know, that scale, that kind of feeling to it. This is big. This is important. We have these extravagant characters and we're going to bring this somewhere and it's going to be big and epic and just falls flat on its face.
Mm. Yeah, it's very 2010s Tumblr coded. It's very much like we're doing something. We're doing a feminist take of Frankenstein, and it's like, well, Frankenstein was, arguably one of the most important feminist texts. And Mary Shelley was like, it's so the choice, the main choice that was most baffling to me. Like you guys were talking about, the very beginning, we have Mary Shelley in like a disembodied space, speaking like Captain Jack Sparrow on even more drugs. Like, I don't know what the choice was, but it's like, first off, why are we like Mary Shelley? Okay, she possesses like a woman in the 1920s.
In the universe of her own story.
Yes, in the universe of her own story.
Right?
She possesses, it makes no sense.
She's a character canonically in the thing she wrote, maybe. But I mean, she didn't do that, but Maggie Gyllenhaal interprets it that way.
Because Frankenstein exists in that world, but also she's possessing the woman.
Yeah.
And she's not like a writer, like a normal person. Like Mary Shelley was a human being who wasn't insane. You know what I mean? Like she was a person.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Why when she possesses this woman, she acts like an idiot?
The
like
worst.
she literally acts like, I don't even know. Like she just rhymes. She's just like Professor,
It's
Captain.
like a cartoon character. Yeah.
Like if Harley Quinn was taking theater classes.
Oh my God, yes. 100%. When I first saw it, I was trying to describe it to you guys. I was like, yeah, I can't even describe like what the choice was with their performance. You have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad that you didn't convince us to see it in theaters. I'm glad I got to see this not in a fucking theater, because it felt very long. And I needed to be able to vocalize how I feel about the movie without disturbing people. So, making good choices.
Not only is it very long, it's very, very chopped up. You can tell it's been like mangled in the editing.
I know, right?
And like weird reshoots.
Kind of thematic. It's like Frankenstein.
Yeah, because what is it trying to do? Like, it's kind of like a murder mystery, Bonnie and Clyde, like, but it's also like Joker.
Oh, it's very Joker.
Where there's like musical numbers kind of, and it's like a dream, like what's real, what's in the bride's head, but also there's a revolution and people are being inspired by the bride, and it sparks this whole
somehow. What the hell was that? I want to know what.
I'm so sick of that trope in like so many movies. I feel what was it recently that The Running Man like did a similar thing with the sparking revolution thing, and it just feels really insincere and just like, oh, what do we do with this to make it feel like grand and important? Oh, a revolution is sparked and it spreads virally through the 20s in Chicago. What? The voice, and because like Jessie Buckley, she's like putting everything into it too. Like, she's not really holding anything back.
Watching this didn't make me feel as though she's a worse actor.
No, me neither.
It made me feel like, oh, they're telling her to do something that doesn't make any sense, and she's doing it, which is like, it's like she doesn't care about her own ego, and she's just doing it for the filmmakers, which is really sweet. What a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like Nicolas Cage, just going for it.
Yeah. I don't care if I look terrible. This is what they want me to do, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Like she was doing something. That's for sure.
I think like it could have worked if it didn't have that possession element, which was really weird. And it also, not only was it off-putting, it didn't work for the character because she didn't really have a character outside of being possessed. And then,
what the fuck?
Then anytime, like, okay, if you're trying to make a story about like a badass feminist, like sparking the revolution, and she's like the female Joker, like, okay,
Cruella.
Do that, whatever. She's a badass. She kills people. She causes a revolution, but then don't like water it down with this weird thing where every time she kills someone, and first off, she never just kills dudes. She kills people who are clearly like bad, who are like assaulting other women. She's like a vigilante almost. So it's like she's not really bad. She's just like she's helping people out. She's just like going over the top with it. And then every time she does a murder, her other personality comes in, and she's like, "Who am I? Why did I do that? Killing is bad." And it's like. Guys, come on. Like, it just feels very moralistic and just like this kind of hedging your bets on people's response to her behavior. And it's like, we get it. It's a movie. Like, she's the Joker. Like, let her do her crazy stuff. And I just found that incredibly annoying.
Oh, it was so annoying. Like, it wouldn't let you enjoy it. Like
no,
that
you got to feel bad about
flip
it.
Thing. Yeah, it was impossible to enjoy. That whole dichotomy was like, what are we doing here? And like some of these performances they're getting out. We haven't mentioned Penelope Cruz. She was like
she was weird. Yeah,
she was
there.
Awful. And it's like, her line delivery was so bad.
Yeah,
she looked like a child wearing an adult Halloween costume and wig.
Yeah.
Like her clothes didn't fit and the wig didn't fit. She was just walking around. It was so weird.
So they're trying to make that an empowering character too, right? It's like the 20s, super sexist. The Peter Sarsgaard character is like the lead, but she's doing all the real work, and we're trying to do something with that, but they don't really get enough screen time. I thought Peter Sarsgaard was okay. He was like the only The only person who wasn't embarrassing himself, I guess.
The thing
from the main cast,
but still worse than usual.
The thing about Peter Sarsgaard's whole character in this story is that I love how he's shot in one scene, basically implying he's been killed, and then the next scene, which it must have been a fucking reshoot. There's no way he says, "Yeah, I was shot in the foot," and actually, I'm going to be done with the case.
Right.
So you go on and take over, and that whole subplot is just gone. It's just
why did that happen?
That's right.
Why would you do that?
It's like they needed him to explain a little bit more, and they're like, oh shit, we just killed him off. Okay, well, let's just have him actually be alive. He was only shot in the foot, even though he like falls and grabs his stomach or whatever.
Leave a note.
Yeah, just like, okay, here's a little more context about my relationship to the bride and everything and why I feel guilty. Okay, now that's wrapped up. You take over the case. Bye-bye. I'm gone. It's very bad, like patching up of this film structurally. It's just, what did you guys think of the musical sequence? Because I actually...
Very disappointing.
I didn't mind it. I was like, okay.
If anyone's seen like a single Bollywood movie,
Mm-hmm.
that's an embarrassment. Like that's like offensive for like what a fucking musical scene could be.
I thought it was okay.
It's like I wasn't even convinced that their dancing was originally choreographed to that song until the very end where he said the lyrics out loud. I was like, oh, okay, they actually did? Because they didn't utilize the rhythm of the song. They didn't choreograph to like the beats of the song. They just did a dance that felt like fucking independent of what the song was. And all the needle drops were fucking cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So many of the song choices were shit.
What offended me was the overt reference to Young Frankenstein with singing Anything Goes. And it's just like, I don't know. If you're going to...
Well, I think it was trying to be funny. I thought it was being kind of comedic and clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when the credits start, it's playing like Monster Mash from memory. Kind of like, yeah, this is satirical and kind of clever. And isn't this like a fun modern twist on a classic you know and understand?
Girl Joker.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
It just doesn't come together. I'm super curious from the Maggie Gyllenhaal angle, because like she directed The Lost Daughter in 2021, which was like a drama, right? I didn't actually see it, but it like really well.
No, it was good.
Like Olivia Colman in it. Seems like decent. So then this is way more of like a swing into like a genre kind of film with a huge budget too, like a $80 million. I don't know what they were thinking as far as like, I think you said it, Adam, like who is this for? How could they possibly think this was going to like what was the angle? They thought this was going to connect culturally with.
Who wanted to make it and why?
Yeah, exactly. Because it feels, at least with like the second Joker movie, which was like Phillips just middle fingering everybody, it seemed like.
Sure.
That had the first movie and seemed like, yeah, of course they want to make a sequel where this is like, what wave are you even trying to ride with this? Like, I really don't get it.
Here's a question for you both. Joker, Folie à Deux, or The Bride?
I would sooner watch Folie à Deux again. Folie à Deux.
I think I would too.
I'm really torn on that because I found parts of this film quite like fascinating and kind of intriguing.
I was bored and angry,
especially in the middle section when it does devolve into like that revolution kind of plot. I was kind of like laughing at that whole sequence because I just thought it was so like clunky and badly assembled and kind of confusing, like conceptually and like just on like every level of like I was just like so bamboozled by it, where I was so bored by that second Joker movie. I think I'd actually choose The Bride again, maybe because it's slightly shorter. I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't even remember the runtime of the Joker movie. I do remember that I enjoyed the shit auto-tune in Joker Folie à Deux. And I also remember enjoying like the disrespectful handling of characters near the end. It was really funny to me. So I can't think of anything I enjoy about The Bride.
Do you guys remember when, sorry, this is a little unrelated, but when Folie à Deux came out, everyone was like, this is the worst movie ever made. And then Quentin Tarantino, for some reason, is like, yeah, I watched this in an empty theater in Tel Aviv and I loved it. It was like,
God
Quentin
damn it, dude.
Tarantino, now is not the time for this. Like, yeah.
Remember when the trailer came out and people were like, that shot where he makes the smiley face?
With the smile, yeah.
That's a genius. That's a genius. This is top 10 cinema
People were hyping that shit up.
in the trailer. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show how this movie affected us when we're doing everything we can to instead talk about Joker fully.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie that inherently makes you think of other films because it's not fucking original. It's so fucking derivative. It's obviously trying to be a handful of other things, and you can tell exactly what it's trying to be. It's just not competent at even making a fucking copycat version. Like, it doesn't even understand what made those other things at least palatable to mainstream audiences. So
Can we talk spoilers real quick?
yeah, spoil the whole fucking thing.
Okay. Did you guys like the subtlety of when Frankenstein gets shot and then the bride screams "Me too"?
Oh yeah, no, that was funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really funny.
She said it more than once.
I mean, it was powerful.
She said it like twice, and I was like, okay. I mean, that's basically how the movie opened too. Is like, you know, right after the Mary Shelley monologue, you got like, this is no place for women. Whatever. Like, and it's like, okay, one line, and then two lines, and then three lines. It's like, okay, that's the whole scene. You're just like the most obvious commentary in the fucking world. I'm like, okay, well, is this gonna go anywhere?
And just like the simplicity of like Gollum talking to himself in Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
The way that's like blocked out. That like makes sense. There's something like alluring and kind of like on a character level, like it pulls you in with that. This is like every time they do it, it's in like an even more confusing circumstance. Like the space they're interacting in, what they're talking about, like the drive of why anything is happening, like the line between what's real and what's not is so kind of uninteresting and so misguided, and seems just so like preoccupied with this is like slay Frankenstein, you know, like the whole like the ink on her face and her costume design and the hair and everything. It seemed like we want this to be in like Hot Topic, you know, we want like bags with this shit on it type thing, but just not in service of anything. Like it's just kind of like a glorified aesthetic, but like in service of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like the plotting is really incomprehensibly bad. Like the climax of the movie after Frankenstein dies, and then she tries to revive him, and it's like, you know, there's the big shootout climax and everything, and you're just waiting for it to happen because you know where it's heading, you know what's going to happen, and there's supposed to be some kind of like a special moment shared between the detective when she's like, all right, I'm going to let you guys do your thing. You know, I'm going to escort the other cops out of here so that you can revive him or whatever. I don't even. It comes together so poorly. All the elements from the mob stuff, the investigation, who this character was before she was possessed. I mean, I feel like this movie would have worked so much better if it was more of a faithful retelling of The Bride of Frankenstein, or not even more faithful, but like, let's just say it was set in that time period. You know, it was set in the early 1800s, and it wanted to give the bride a little more agency or something to do, and like that'd be wonderful. Like, but setting it in the 1920s, it really doesn't have any place there.
Yeah, I never understood why.
They wanted the aesthetic, obviously.
I think so.
They just wanted the fucking aesthetic and didn't earn it and didn't have any reason. This looks cool. Make a steampunk version.
I know. I love how jarring it is when it's like, okay, he possesses her body. Great. That's the intro. And then, oh, here's Frankenstein just walking around, hanging out in Chicago in the 1920s. Yeah. He has like a little mask on, and he's talking to Annette Bening, and she's like, I know you. Oh, that's great. I heard all about. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be like quirky or and it's not supposed to be, again, look, we can go in circles around who is this for? Why? It's just a mishmash of elements in a fever dream that, like, hey, you know what? Props to Maggie Gyllenhaal for putting something out there that has not been done before, you know?
She should have put her name in front of the title.
I think, why not? The Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride.
Yeah.
It should have just been The Motherfucking Bride. Like,
yeah, honestly, yeah.
That's what they wanted it to be, yeah. Because in those like maximalist trailers I saw 50 times before seeing this, like that seemed it was going to be like an extreme. This might actually work because it's like so kind of self-aware and over the top, or this is going to trip and fall flat on its face. And you mentioning elements like the whole mob side of it, and then just remembering how it all kind of like mechanically fits together and like builds up to that ending sequence, and how like just like random everything is, like, for it to work, like the way these characters are tracking each other and just these weird coincidences of like just, oh, we're just gonna leave the door open to like the lab at the end so that all the cops can come in, and it's just yeah, everything's so convenient, and like almost like it resents the genres it's playing in, like the whole like, oh, this is a cat and mouse like mystery. We're seeing both sides of it, but we're seeing the detectives try and follow the clues and solve this weird case with these monsters. And there's also the like relationship side. It's not really interested in the love angle or the like noir stuff or any of it. So I am just left like, what the fuck? Like, God, I wish I could be like a fly on the wall to like the boardrooms, like talking about like, this is the plan for this, right? And this sequence is going to be incredible, and they're going to be blown away, and like just the pitch of this, like them talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, this is going to connect really well with that. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you guys see John Mulaney when he hosted the Governor's Awards? I think this was like 2 years ago or something, but he mentioned The Bride briefly, and like all I had known about it at that point was he was basically making fun of how he was asked to audition for a small role in that film. Like, I don't know. I'll send you guys the clip, but it was funny because he was just like, wow, I get to play young cop in Maggie Gyllenhaal's reimagining of Frankenstein's Bride. Like, I don't know. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
I do want to point out there's atrocious audio editing in this film. Like, several times there will be like a scream, but it's like 2 takes that they tried to like crossfade sneakily into one, where it's like there's so many ways around that. There's so many ways around that, right? Like, one of them just obviously being like, I don't know, just take one scream to go over the 2 shots. You don't need to bookend with 2 separate screams just because you did a cut, right? And it happened too many times. Atrocious editing in general, but yeah, the audio editing is like, it's not that often where I should be able to be annoyed by the audio editing in a film.
Yeah, no, it blew my mind in a way where I was almost at first questioning, like, is this like an intentional like choice? Like they're trying to be like going out the bounds here or something? Like, it's so, there's something so shoddy about it that you almost can't believe how like bad it is for the amount of like talent and resources put into it, really.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's a bit like Birds of Prey too, kind of a similar kind of thing.
No, it's very jokery and not any of the good interpretations.
Yeah, the cringe Joker. Yeah.
This is, I guess, like a genre now. You got Cruella,
Jared Leto, Joker,
right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jared Leto spiritually was in this film.
Yeah, it felt like it, really.
He should have been in there.
Christian Bale was wonky as fuck.
He was just
plenty of annoying moments with him. The color grading, I didn't like the color palette in this film. I don't know what the fuck they wanted out of it. It's like a toilet.
Is there anything you guys liked about this film?
No.
Nothing.
No.
That's tough. That's tough. I guess just the fact it was a swing, an original script, but yeah, that script ain't good, and the swing completely missed.
Hmm. I like seeing Annette Bening. I like Annette Bening.
I mean, I normally like seeing Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale too.
I don't anymore. They're dead to me.
Yeah, they're ruined now.
Has Bale gotten an Oscar? Yes, he has. He has 2, no?
2?
The Fighter.
Oh yeah, The Fighter. Okay. No, he has 1.
What was the other one?
I think he was nominated for oh yeah, he's been nominated for a few. I was thinking of American Hustle, and he's also been nominated for The Big Short and Vice.
That's right. Yeah.
Can I say something? Christian Bale, get a new agent, please. What is going on?
Yeah, I was just looking at his recent stuff.
Thor, Love and Thunder, Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah, that was rough. Mowgli.
It's his version of retirement is just not caring anymore.
But then he puts on like 100 pounds to play Dick Cheney.
That's his like fetish, though.
Yeah.
That's for fun.
We need Steven Spielberg. We need Christopher Nolan to have him play like Grover Cleveland, and then he'll do it.
Yeah.
If he has to gain in a bunch of weight, he'll do it.
He's like a Nikocado avocado type. He's really into the weight gain, but in order to continue living the fantasy, he needs to like lose weight again, and then he's got a good system down. That can't be healthy.
No,
right?
God, no.
It's got to be really unhealthy.
He's probably shaving years off his life doing that.
Yeah. I love Christian Bale. I truly do. I hope he's in some more great films. They're remaking American Psycho, and I
forgot.
I don't know how they're going to do
I forgot
that
was a thing.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, but wait, it's Luca, right?
Yeah,
it is Luca. So that is one thing.
Yeah, as long as it's different.
They could get Clavicular to play.
Oh god.
Psycho,
Yeah, as long as it's different and weird. It might be a miss. It might be a miss after watching fucking what was Luca's newest one?
The Julia Roberts one.
Yeah.
The cancel culture one.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, no, that was fascinating, and that was definitely a miss. After the Hunt, that's it. But it was like I still liked it as like a enjoyable train wreck, and it was still like really well shot and had some great performance moments in it for sure. It was just like a terrible script, and things didn't make sense, and it was weird.
Did you like Queer?
Loved it.
Okay.
Loved it.
I still
Did you?
Great film.
Yeah, it's the like novel it's based off of, or who wrote it at the very least.
Yeah, Burroughs.
Okay,
yeah. Miss Burroughs.
Okay, yeah. Just as long as you know who Burroughs is, like you're gonna enjoy it probably.
Okay.
If you think you would enjoy a Burroughs thing.
I think I would. It looks. I mean, all the trailers. It looks incredible. Everything Luca
great.
does looks fantastic. And Challengers is so good. One of my favorites of the past few years. So.
No Oscar noms that year. Two incredible movies
So
in one
crazy.
year. No fucking noms. Both of the soundtracks could have got like easily.
Do they hate Italians?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there's some prejudice there.
The Academy has like weird grievances some years. Apparently, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Well, Bride ratings. Yeah, let's fuck this shit. 2 out of 10.
Cool.
Yeah. 1 star. There's really nothing. When you asked to come up with something I liked about it, like I was really trying to think of something, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. I think I gave it 3 out of 10. Yeah. There we go.
Thanks.
The Bride.
Here comes the motherfucking 1 star.
Yeah, this was just one of those times where we decided.
Wait.
What?
Guys, I have a really good transition. Are you ready for this?
Is it gonna beat I Have to Pee?
You can do that. You can pee after this transition, but hear me out. All right, this is the transition.
Me too.
Maggie Gyllenhaal wanted this to be a 2 lovers on the run movie in the vein of Terrence Malick's Badlands, the film that he made prior to Days of Heaven, which is the next film we're talking about.
I am losing my mind.
That was smooth as butter.
Thank you. In the comments, they'll praise me.
I'm so tired. That was not. That did psychic damage, actually.
Yeah, they're gonna praise me. All right, you guys can
Like
be
No,
now.
sure. No, it's okay. People like seeing me in pain, so like that's a part of my
Oh, yeah.
my brand. So it's good. It's good.
I guess it's my rec, huh? I recommended, and I had a choice to make after the shenanigans of whatever happened last episode.
Hold on, what shenanigans do you speak of?
I don't know if we want to get into that or just leave that hang out. I don't know.
No, please. I would like to hear you talk about that.
Okay. So we had the totally real tech issues
What?
with the right. I'm gonna have to hold up my gun actually to you right now.
Wow.
Even though you're the American in this conversation. Like,
What the fuck? Okay.
you got to tell me the truth because I'm like Sergeant Dokes over here going crazy. Like, what is the truth? Was it real?
I think it was real.
Did you force us to watch Uglies
Okay.
without you? Why'd you
Okay.
do that to me?
Okay. The thing is, it'd be way funnier. It'd be so much funnier if I said I faked the internet problems to force you guys to discuss it yourselves.
You said it in the comments section. I think that's what Alex is.
No, I-
The Letterboxd review, right?
Yeah. So on the Letterboxd, I put that because I thought it'd be funny, and I figured everyone would think it's a joke. But then there were
I
enough.
knew it was a joke.
Yeah, there were enough people who were like, "Wow, actually, that's kind of rude."
Some people were saying base
I thought it was
king.
some 4D chess. Like, what? You're like the Thanos just planning this out. Like, you just got
No.
good.
You know how I
Word.
know that it was real?
How'd you know?
Is because a friend wouldn't do that to someone.
Exactly. I wouldn't do that to my buddies. I wouldn't do that. No, someone was like, "Okay, this is like." Is he like mad at them or something to do such a thing? Like this
No,
goes beyond.
I thought it was a treat. I thought the movie was like a nice. Like I was happy with it.
No, I thought it would be fun. And we love watching great cinema here, but also it's fun to watch some bad stuff. I actually was disappointed to not get to talk more about that film, but I legit did have like internet problems. So no,
Yeah,
we're all
sure.
still getting along. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful to you, Alex, for recommending this film. Because I'm excited to talk about it.
Okay. It's good. It's good I did lean this way then, because there was a spite I was going to go for as a reflex, but
Right. It's tense. It's like,
Since Jake wasn't there for Alex to hear his reaction to it, he just
Yeah.
gave up on
oh, I see. He wanted to hear me suffer.
it. Like you
Yeah.
dodged
I
the
put it in the back pocket. And it's like,
rebound.
Okay.
yeah.
It's like a fucking hostage crisis. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily, I got lots of things going on in my back pocket, so I'll
Okay,
put that
well-
on another time.
We can de-escalate for now.
This is a strategic game.
Yeah.
This is like Death Note, you know? It's like one of those like shows where it's like a cat and mouse, like, ooh, how are they gonna one up the other?
Yeah. And there's like rules too.
The thing is, I don't know what worse you guys could recommend than the Human Centipede trilogy.
Okay.
Like,
Nice. I'm glad to have that crown, actually.
I'm sure there's something. Oh, there's some goodies out there waiting, hiding.
Well, the channel Awesome was pretty bad.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
don't tempt me as a challenge though, because that won't go well.
No. We're all good. You know what? I love you both very much, and I would never want to hurt you. I would never
Truce.
ever want to hurt you. Please. Okay.
Look,
Let's talk Days of Heaven.
we'll discuss that after Days of Heaven first.
Yeah. Okay. So my rec was Terrence Malick's 1978 film, Days of Heaven.
Yes.
This was his third film, I think, I've seen of his. But he's one of those directors whose reputation precedes him. Even if you haven't seen his movies, he's known as a kind of thoughtful, quieter. He will leave the whole cast and crew waiting while he's kind of focused in the corner looking at like a bird and filming that on everyone else's time. Contemplative, and I don't think we've ever actually had a Malick film have its own rec on the show before, despite him coming up in passing and his influence being felt, especially in discussions like Train Dreams recently, which it came up a lot. This one specifically, Days of Heaven, I think is broadly known as kind of like his masterpiece, I think, for a lot of people. Yeah, kind of a brief 1916 setting film based on a couple of migrant workers who pretend to be siblings and wind up in this kind of elaborate love triangle with a wealthy grain farmer. And on paper, that kind of sounds like something that wouldn't really be up my alley, but the presentational style and the editing and atmosphere or vibe to this movie is very much what I'm looking for from this kind of thing. It almost on its face is surprising that for how kind of like dreamy and loose, and I kept seeing it described as a cinematic poem with its kind of, this isn't really like a character study necessarily, it's more of like a kind of mood piece or an exploration of a atmosphere or a setting in a not particularly traditional kind of like structure as far as like editing or how things come about. But yeah, with its 90-minute kind of brief runtime and that kind of looseness to the way it's put together, you could almost anticipate this being one of those 3-hour minimum kind of like, yeah, you're going to sit in this atmosphere and you're going to experience it. But part of what is interesting about the way this was put together was shot for a full year and then meticulously tinkered with in editing for 2 more years. And I think something special was kind of discovered in that editing room with the way it came together. Yeah, I kind of loved every minute of this. What about you guys? Because
awesome.
this is my favorite of his 3 I've seen. The more contemporary stuff I haven't got round to yet.
Interesting.
What are the other 2 you've seen?
Badlands and Thin Red Line are the other 2 I've seen from him. Still
wow.
Tree of Life.
So you're really, his late stuff is very different.
Yeah, because that was one of the other things I found interesting about this movie was that he notably took, a 2-decade break after finding the frustration of getting this together to be so, make him so like downtrodden before he went back to Thin Red Line all those years later. But I think he managed to capture something and kind of establish this style in a way that has stood the test of time. And I think he's like in line with Tarantino of only like 9 films under his belt. But each one seems to offer something.
It's funny.
Very much him.
I think I've seen the opposite ones from you.
Really, the more contemporary stuff.
The 2 that you've mentioned are like the ones I haven't seen. And I know that they're supposed to be like some of his best. I've just been like keeping them in my back pocket. So I was happy that you recommended Days of Heaven because I've been meaning to get around to it for a while. So yeah, my experience with Malick is probably like a very different one. Well, not too different because, the things that I come to expect of Malick are definitely in this film, but it was like kind of a new experience for me seeing that marriage of his style combined with something like the score from Ennio Morricone, who I also love.
Yes.
Like that was something that was really special to me watching this film, which is not present in his later films. Not saying the music is bad in his later films, but Ennio Morricone is definitely like a strong voice in that category.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, he's someone that I'll always like. If he makes a feature, I'll watch it. And not all of them are gonna stick with me as much as others, but his cinematography is just so expressive that even if he makes a movie that's like, oh, didn't connect with the story that much, or a lot of his more recent films even like, oh, there's not even really a story. It's like a almost like a dream or like a montage type film, right? But it's still like, oh wow, you expressed something and I felt it through your camera work and I feel what you're expressing through the language of cinema. Like he's really good at that. Like I like him a lot.
Yeah, exceptional at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the critical reaction to him over the years has been really fascinating. I can't think of a filmmaker who so quickly went from please more, we need more Terrence Malick, come on, more, to suddenly, okay, little less, that's fine.
That's enough.
That's enough.
No
do we need another, poem about lovers standing behind curtains, with the sun streaming in?
Look at me, I'm jerking off, but this time it's in space.
What?
Voyage of Time.
Oh, right. Yeah, that documentary. I have not seen that. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. I mean, ever since really like the Tree of Life, he's kind of been nonstop until now when people are speculating still that his latest film about Jesus will be coming out. It's called The Way of the Wind.
Oh, nice.
I guess they shot it in 2019. Still been editing it. So like his
Whoa,
famously
really?
long editing process. Yeah. They don't know when it's going to come out, I guess.
Is that like a bit like it's about an airbender, right?
It's about Jesus.
So it's like not the way of water, it's the way of wind.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think
It's not the other Avatar.
100%.
Okay. I remember, so I was at Cannes in 2019 when A Hidden Life premiered.
I haven't seen that one.
And the whole buzz about it was so funny because like everyone was saying like, oh yeah, it's great. But the exciting thing about it was he made a cohesive narrative story again. Like, that wasn't just
right.
like a montage. He made another movie that's like not a montage movie. Whereas like there's a narrative there. I'm like, oh whoa. And that was like big news. That was like that was the buzz at Con for Malick.
Yeah, because outside of Tree of Life, that's the only other one that really jumps out at me, unless I'm being an idiot. A Hidden Life, I mean,
yeah, I still enjoy all of his other like weird expressive ones. Honestly,
Me
like if you
too.
haven't seen them, I'd say give them a shot. I know that there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, come on, stop doing this," right? But like, if you like Malick, I think there's something to get out of them for sure.
I fully agree with you. There's really nothing like them, and he is maybe one of the most like influential, like stylistically, of this like current crop of filmmakers. Like, look at Chloe Zhao, and like, there's no Chloe Zhao without late period Terrence Malick. You know, and I think that the issue, I have a love-hate relationship with his late period. I absolutely love The Tree of Life. Like, that was a huge deal when I watched it for the first time. I still think it's like a perfect movie. But then Knight of Cups, you know, he did To the Wonder, Knight of Cups, and then Song to Song. I have a soft spot for Song to Song. I really like Song to Song, but throughout each of these films, there are times when I do feel like it's too loose to the point where we're kind of dwelling in visual cliches at times. You know, like there's a point when you're just filming in cool spaces and it starts to look a little bit like an American Express ad, you know?
Right.
And I think that's also because like the cinematic language that he developed has become the language of advertising and everything, you know? It's beautiful and lyrical, and it's like that is no longer super experimental. I don't know. Like it's almost like he's cursed by his own influence, and you can't really hold that against the movies themselves. I think like there are some really wonderful aspects to his late period, but for me, I always feel like my favorite period of him is like that early, you know, Badlands, Days of Heaven. Like those two films are just so wonderful, and I do wonder if that's an aspect of just like him developing his style or being a little more restrained at the time, you know? I also wonder if it has to do with like filming digitally. But the thing is, I thought for some reason that Knight of Cups and To the Wonder and these films were all shot digitally. But no, they were shot on film until A Hidden Life. A Hidden Life was his first movie shot on digital. So I guess that wasn't something, because I know he shoots tons and tons of footage. So I thought like, well, maybe his late period is a little loose and baggy because he's able to shoot so much more footage. He is able to shoot so much more footage, but not because of digital, but because I guess he probably just can afford to do that now. Anyways.
Even in the process of making this film, I'd almost be down just to watch a documentary of the editing process of what it took to get the shape of something like this to where it gets, you know, with it being like 90 minutes, contrasted against how much was shot. Like it must have been hours and hours and hours and hours to like give it that form. It's like that. I'm very intrigued by that process because for me, this was like the right balance of it where it wasn't frustrating me with like kind of how loose it was, and it had just the right amount of like narration to give it a bit of shape, but also kept things kind of loose and kind of almost felt like improvised and naturalistic at times.
And it's 90 minutes. It's like short and sweet.
Yeah, exactly. It just flies by.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't linger for a second. It doesn't feel like it's wasting your time at all, but it all just feels like it's feeding into this kind of this cohesive atmosphere or mood that it's showing off. This it's showing off the nature. That's one of the things I love about the films of his that I've seen. This it's almost like deterministic, like the way the stories take place in the worlds he creates, where he is like, so this is like an animal over here. This is nature. This is the environment. This is just as much a part of the story, and it makes the perspective of the characters in the film quite interesting as like a contrast. It makes everything kind of feel like indifferent, like nature's being indifferent to this, and especially in settings like this with these kind of migrant workers and the kind of class stuff going on in the movie, contrasted against that as this constant reminder. It's just like a really interesting way of presenting a world that really kind of pulls me into it. Then like complemented by this like golden hour shooting, and just how much of a nightmare this would have been to like coordinate all these people in these big like sets with the trains and all the people in the costumes and everything. And there is a scale to it and a nice variety to the environment, with it being such like a big character, seeing it in the snow, seeing fire, seeing these big lush fields of greenery and whatnot. It achieves a lot in a small amount of time, despite its looseness.
Yeah. No, this is the type of film. It was kind of fascinating watching it, because it feels like by the end of it, it was a longer movie, not from how long it took to watch it, but based off of like how much it showed.
Yeah.
Like it had relatively quick editing for a movie where not most, but a significant amount of the edits are fades. Like it was able to communicate such a strong sense of passage of time. And to me, it didn't feel rushed. That's for sure. But it felt like bigger than it was, and bigger than what was shown in an interesting way that didn't harm the experience. That's for sure.
So you liked it, Adam?
Yeah. No, I thought it was great. It's so funny. People fucking.
Were they getting scared?
Here's Alex's recommendation. Top comment. I can't stand when Adam is going to hate this and say because it's slow. It's like, I think I've liked every Malick film I've ever seen. Why do people like just preload themselves to get upset? I don't understand.
Do you know what it is? It's because people, when they were talking about a movie or you see a movie that people love, they're just preparing themselves for the possibility that you won't like it, just to like steel themselves against the pain.
It's a defense mechanism because it hurts.
Yeah.
I'm causing harm.
No, I didn't doubt that you'd like this. I figured you both would really like it.
Yeah, no, it was great. Beautiful cinematography. Which, I mean, I love Malick. I was expecting as much. Yeah, I would definitely watch it again. And again, big on Ennio Morricone as well. Great combo. Oh, something I'd like to point out about the score. So it opens with like a really old, I guess it's like a French song called Carnival of the Animals, the Aquarium by Camille Saint-Saëns. And I've heard it a billion places, and I've kind of like
same.
wanted to find out what the hell that song was for so long, because there's something just so there's something about it that feels so mysterious and beckoning, and it's like inviting you in. And loved that it incorporated that song in the film. But what was really interesting to me was the score by Ennio Morricone, although not evoking the same tone of that additional track, it followed along to a very to almost an identical like rhythmic structure, but doing wildly different chords. So this would be like an example of something where I'm not going to say temp music, but I think that Ennio Morricone was instructed to listen to this other original track and use that as some kind of jumping off point for inspiration. And the chord progression that Ennio Morricone does is so dissimilar and also very unique and like atypical for like a chord structure. It's like kind of going all over the place. It's like boom, 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 like things that like musically most people wouldn't write because it almost wouldn't make sense, but somehow it works. And so, yeah, most people aren't going to connect his score with that other track in that way because it's such a subtle thing. It's only the rhythmic structure, but I found that really, really fun and interesting, and that's my interpretation of
Can
it.
I share a little info about the music there?
Sure,
Um,
please.
that I thought was so. I've seen this movie a million times. I love it, and so I thought I would listen to the commentary track from Criterion for this watch.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It was really informative. It was from the editor, Billy Weber. It also included the art director, Jack Fisk, who's still working. He did art direction for Marty Supreme. Costume designer Patricia Norris and the casting director Diane Crittenden. So they talked, I guess, for the music, they had temp tracks, on the film that were from
Okay.
other Morricone films. So they had
Interesting.
Morricone temp tracks on there. And Morricone wrote the score for them, and he said, okay, you guys can move the score wherever you want. Move these pieces wherever you want, which they did. But he specified one scene, he said, you cannot move it. You have to keep this music on this scene, and it was the scene with the fire.
Nice.
You see, so he demanded that his music be kept there. But yeah, so there was temp music.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I love I love Morricone. I love this music. It fits really well, and it fits this like circular feeling, because you're going like through the seasons, and of course there's a little love triangle, but it feels like so much time is passing very quickly, but you get a sense of progression. There's always a sense of progress. So it doesn't feel like you're just like nothing's happening,
Yeah,
There's all this
yeah.
beautiful nature, but it's like things move along at a pretty good pace, and the narration handles that really well. And another thing I thought was so interesting about how they captured the narration. I guess that was one of the hardest things to capture with this film, is that they were trying to get like, when do we need a line here? When do we need this? So they'd have Linda, who I guess Linda Mance, who plays the little girl and does the narration, they'd have her try different lines. They'd record one line, and then they'd just watch the movie and place it in one place and then do it in another place just to see if it changes anything. And then they would have her like write her own narration at some points. So there are parts of the movie where they would play a scene for her, and then they'd say, okay, now Linda, describe what happened in that scene to us in your own words. And she would, and then that would be the narration.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of
That's a
cool.
nice way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a ton of experimentation. So it did take so fucking long for them to edit this movie because they were trying all these things. And apparently the script, they kept talking about the people who were doing the commentary. They were like, we love the script. The script is so wonderful. He cut so much of the script and dialogue out of every scene. He was just trying to cut as much dialogue as possible. And just
famous
focus
for
on the
that.
images. And they're like, I think he just wants to make a silent movie. That's what they were saying the whole time.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, he just wants to do a silent movie. He keeps cutting his great dialogue. And it works so well ultimately. And another one of the challenges, I guess one of the things that made it so that they could spend so much time editing this movie, and why Paramount wasn't paying attention to them, it was because another movie we just watched, Sorcerer, was being produced around the same time. That was so expensive, and that was taking all their time. That this little movie that these people were shooting up in Canada and editing, they were just like, yeah, whatever, do what you want, So they literally cited in the commentary, they were like, yeah, thankfully Sorcerer was like everyone's headache, so they didn't really care what we were doing.
That's interesting. Because, there's something about how understated the film is that I really connect with, despite it being able to show off surprising scale at certain points, like involving helicopters and, you mentioned like the fire and the like the biblical stuff with the locusts and that kind of stuff. But it's some of those like smaller moments, like we mentioned this love triangle, and I guess spoilers for film from the 70s, for Days of Heaven. But when the rich farmer is at the top of the tower by that kind of fan that is spinning and making that noise and making this kind of really uncomfortable soundscape as the moment that he spots the main characters like kissing, and it all kind of like is revealed to him. Just the execution of that, like the confidence in that, the way that came together, how much of a like memorable moment it is, despite what actually is on its face. Like it's so simple, but it's just that execution of it that makes it so punchy and powerful. And yeah, there's a looseness to what we're being shown, but there is a growing tension throughout the movie, and they're with this couple kind of like taking risks and like, oh, you can't show affection here, someone might spot us, and just where that goes I found to be like a great hook that gave it some glue to stop it from getting too kind of like scatterbrained or just pure atmosphere with nothing else kind of.
No, there's murder in this movie. I mean, it's like murder
Yeah,
action
yeah.
and a chase.
Yeah.
It's just not the primary focus, or it's filtered through like all these images of nature and the most gorgeous cinematography you'll see. Like you were saying, Alex. I think that's important to like note about like Malick's whole worldview and what he does in his films is that he kind of like equalizes everything, like all this drama and everything. It's on the same stage as these little chickens that are wandering around or the bugs in the field, like it's all of equal importance. Yeah, if you can get into tune with that, and this movie does it so well of getting you into this dreamlike world. And I think also part of that too, and is super important to why this movie works, is because it's a period piece. I do think that his movies in general help when they're period pieces, because like our brains can kind of go like, yeah, this is old times, like The Thin Red Line and The New World, I think work in better than so many ways than like, Song to Song, which just takes place in Austin, Texas, like in the modern day. It's maybe years and years from now, we'll have a better appreciation of those films, or it'll feel more like in tune with what we like to see from Malick. But I think part of that like separation and being able to sink into the dream world is important, where characters aren't, their actions and consequences aren't as important as necessarily like the visual motifs and everything. One of the things that I have to mention that is like so special and unique about this film is that like they were worried, like everyone working on this movie was terrified. And apparently like their Hollywood crew, the camera guys and the sound people and everything, they hated Terrence Malick when they were working on it. It was really just Terrence Malick and his cinematographer, Nestor Almendros, who worked on half of the film, and then Haskell Wexler came in. But he was just kind of working with his cinematographers. And Nestor Almendros said that his job on the set was just kind of like lending some validity to Terrence Malick's insanity, because he said that Malick knew exactly how much light would work and how much light they needed, because literally every day they were saying like, this is not enough light. That was every like scene. It's like shot on golden hour. Everything's backlit. Like it's very, very low light movie. And they were really pushing like the film negative to be able to capture anything. They were like,
for sure.
They were terrified that there just would be nothing visible. So it was like really revolutionary and changed cinematography in like a huge way. So that's fascinating.
That's cool.
And they were shooting based on weather conditions, right? Like it was like they were timing it around that in a very like, I don't know, the number crunches must have been so. I'd be stressed if I was like, come on, stop filming that butterfly. We got we got deadlines to hit over here.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it went over deadline, over budget.
And I think that's another thing of why I think this movie feels tighter than his later films, is that they're apparently they just did not have the same amount of time and ability to shoot everything they wanted to. Like there were pretty short takes of everything. So it's like if I imagine there was a lot more planning to be able to get what they needed. It's not like he's not yet at the level in this age in his career where he can just like go wander off from set with his cinematography and shoot whatever he wants while all the actors and stars are waiting around.
Yeah.
I want to point out, the girl says, "Here, goosey, goosey." That's not a fucking goose. That's like a pheasant. Okay. She's an idiot.
Damn, I didn't catch that. I'm going to take a star off.
It's not a goose.
Do you have an issue with the working class, or is this like
issue with the what?
Do you think poor people are gross, or what? What are you saying?
Oh, wow. How did this become a class thing? I was being sexist.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. You're not classist. You're sexist.
Yes. No, I'm a trans exclusive radical misogynist.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bro.
didn't think Days of Heaven would bring that out.
Yeah, what?
It's not a goose. It's not a goose. It's my Canadian pride.
Oh, okay.
It was a pheasant.
Well, is this movie too woke? That's what we want to know.
Finally. Can that just be a recurring like segment for every film we talk about? Like the woke segment, you know?
Oh yeah, we could spin the woke wheel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give it like a rating of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Can I praise Sam Shepard for a moment? He's the great playwright, actor. I love seeing him in movies. He just has this authenticity to him. That's great. Richard Gere is great in this movie, but like Sam Shepard is so, he lends, apparently the character that he was playing was supposed to be like an older guy, just like this like guy owning the place or whatever. But and with Sam Shepard there, you're kind of like more like, hey, maybe she does love him. Maybe she does want to be with him. Maybe this is a better choice for her life, you know? If it was just some like old dude, then you're just kind of like, yeah, they're using him or whatever. But in this case, it feels like you feel bad for him, you know?
Yeah, he brought way more complexity to that character, or just that situation, because like love triangles for me can be so frustrating. That's like a trope. But I like the way it was kind of used here, how it was explained with the time period, and it being more about like the kind of class dynamics and the poverty angle.
Yeah, no, I always thought, well, no, I didn't always think, it clicked with me that you would be a Malick enjoyer, Alex, because a lot of the other films that you seem to enjoy are very Malicky, like like Perfect Days, you know, or like Twain Dweems and
Paris, Texas, I love as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a vibe, and he does it so well. Very patient, very like meditative, and then just having so much visual beauty to chew on throughout the entire experience, and like
feels like thoughtful and contemplative.
Movie. Yeah. There were a lot of teeth in this movie. It was a very toothy movie.
What?
Anybody notice that?
A toothy time.
Teeth.
Sam Shepard has some messed up teeth.
People are showing their teeth a lot.
They have real teeth. That's what I miss. Actors having real fucking teeth.
I actually agree.
It's so
and people are like grubby. Everyone's like covered in filth, and
especially if you're doing a fucking period piece.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like, oh yeah, everybody has all this dental work and bleaching their teeth.
They all have veneers.
Yeah, perfect veneers.
Yeah.
Might as well have like fucking grills, you know? Like. Anyway, the fire shot looked fantastic.
That's real fucking fire.
Watch it. Yeah, no, that's what was kind of crazy about it was watching it. I was like, is this safe?
Well,
it seems super unsafe. There's like an animal running through the fire at one point.
I'll tell you guys, there was. I guess they fired the special effects dude, the guy who
fired the fire
the first day. They fired the fire guy because it did go out of control and it was very dangerous.
We got a good shot.
The first day. But the other days,
the 70s, man.
It was the 70s. No, it's funny because they're watching the commentary. These old farts, you know, they're watching their work that they did in the 70s, and there's a shot of, you know, one of the grasshoppers on a blade of wheat, and they're like, "Wow, the shot is really great." And they're like, "Yeah, you know, we just glued them onto it so that they'd stay on the wheat."
Oh my god!
And the guy's like, "Did you have any issues with the animal, folks?" And he's like, What animal?
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about?
Every time I saw a horse in this film, I was like, yeah, it's probably not good.
So, although great images come out of that, it is like it's not the best thing to romanticize that period of filmmaking.
Of course, yeah. People kind of just had a fuck it mentality.
But yeah, the fire went out of control. They had to pour diesel fuel on the wheat. So they bought like strips of wheat from the farmers or whatever, and they'd have to pour fuel on it because they'd film at night and it wouldn't catch on fire because it was super damp and humid. So they just poured gasoline on it.
God.
Can you tell me if they mentioned in the commentary track? I was kind of curious about one of the shots with the locusts. Did they like reverse like falling dirt or something?
It was like shells. It was some
Okay,
type
yeah.
of like peanut shells or something.
Yeah, I thought that was incredible the way that looked.
Yeah, reversed fall. Yeah, really cool effect, and then just
Oh, I know.
like overlay or composite.
That's scrappy. That's inventive. What a great way of pulling that off.
Yeah, I know. There's a kind of frightening feeling to it as you're witnessing it.
Yeah.
Like, what the
It's-
fuck?
It's iconic. It's
incredible.
One of those special images in this movie.
As is the like main house as well. It's like on the poster and just the shape of it and the way they return to it is kind of like a character in and of itself. I really love it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everything is built and made there on set. It's really looks fantastic, and I love the little biplanes that come flying in. You know, the little
Yeah.
random people that come in to perform. What are they? They're some kind of like vaudeville people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Like a sky circus or something wild like that. Yeah.
So, in the background during this discussion, I've been finding something that I'm so glad is archived. But when I hear Terrence Malick, I often think of a now inactive Twitter account ran by someone role playing as Michelle Haneke.
Okay.
in a very silly way, and I'm very glad that the account still exists, like it's not deleted. If you go to it, it's Michael_Haneke, just how his name is spelled on Twitter or whatever, and you can search just the word Malick, and there's a lot of funny shit.
I think I might
can send
know
you guys
what you're talking
a couple.
about.
Oh yeah, it was this weird thing that existed in like 2013, 2014. And he would like live tweet sometimes, like if it was like the day of the Oscars or something, he would be like, somebody just farted next to me. I'm not going to say who, but he directed Tree of Life. Here's one that I just pulled up. And it's always spelled like just cringy, like internet, like 13-year-old girl MySpace 2007 speak. So here's one. Quote, "I's sorry, but I can't come 'cause I'm too busy staring and crying at Leafs." Quote, Terrence Malick, every time I done ask him to go drinking, lol. It's just like, I don't know.
God, some of these are crazy. Did you know Terrence Malick got lifting me ban from KFC for trying pay for Zinger burger with Leafs? It's what inspired Thin Red Lines, lol.
Yeah. Here's another one. Quote, "I'ma cut you out me film and replace you with a Leafs." Quote, what Terrence Malick says when he's mad, even if you never worked on his film, lol.
So true.
And it was just like, like an auteur director parody Twitter account that I was following, and it is like fucking description, like #catfart. He talks about his cat's farts in like half the tweets. And I was just following this shit. It existed for like a couple of years or whatever. It was funny to me because obviously, the juxtaposition.
That's the thing about like the Malick memes in particular, though, where it's like it makes me like him more.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the Snyder kind of memes are like at his expense. Like the reason the things people parody and kind of poke at with Malick are exactly why I like his films. Like,
I mean, yeah. It's like it's trying. It's the same thing as mocking Wes Anderson for his style. Like you're just describing their style. Like you're describing the types of things that they do in an exaggerative way. Here's one. I heard Terrence Malick is cutting all the actors out of his new movie and replacing them with shots of slugs. Can't wait, lol. #Team Haneke. It's like there's a weird.
It's kind of like a Werner Herzog thing where it's like so kind of sincere and parodiable, and the personality just comes through.
I love that we just have no concept or idea of what his personality is actually like because he's so out of the limelight. There's just such little footage of him. Yeah, those are always interesting. It would be it's interesting to like have a job as an artist without like being
like a part of the traditional or more common like interview process sort of thing, or like sharing much of your personal life in that way.
Yeah, especially when like after this taking a 20-year break. I kept thinking about that, like what was he doing in those 20 years? What was he keeping himself busy with?
Gooning.
Like that's a long time.
Yeah, in the commentary track, his collaborators, people who work on films with him still, they talked about it and they were like, do you guys know what he was up to in those 20 years? And they were like, yeah, he was just working. Like, he's a workaholic. That's what they say about him.
Working on what?
Like a tinkerer.
Say, yeah, he was just writing. He's writing, working on films. Like, Days of Heaven wasn't a huge box office smash, but it was like well regarded. And the studio liked Terrence Malick, and they were like, we will make whatever you want. And then he just kind of got sidetracked, or he was working on ideas and stuff. And I think a lot of those probably became the Tree of Life. But I just think he's the type of artist who doesn't really make something unless he knows exactly what he wants to do and how to do it. So I don't think it was like, I'm sick of Hollywood, I can't deal with this bullshit. I think it was like, all right, I have a bit of time. I need some time to figure out what I'm doing next. So I don't know. I'd be interested to learn more about it. But I do like how even at the time there was apparently like an air of mystery about like one of the people in the commentary tracks. They're like, yeah, I heard that he's working at like a bagel place in France, or he's like, he's a waiter at a restaurant.
Well, yeah, because like 20 years is like a long time to like support yourself. Like, and he's not doing like a one for them, one for me like situation. And it's not like Days of Heaven was like Oppenheimer making billions or whatever. Like, yeah.
I heard he got hit by 3 zebras and a monkey.
What am I missing?
That reference is for not you guys, apparently. That's fine.
yeah, I didn't catch that one.
I can't stand the bitch nowhere. All right, move on. Whatever. I don't even give a shit.
I think Adam is having a stroke.
Yeah, someone in the audience will know.
There is a part of me that still enjoys being able to make jokes that are maybe not for many people, but it means that the people that get the jokes, it means more to them.
The Blood Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
We're too normie for you now.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I don't think that's not. Well, I'll just read the comments after.
Yeah.
Okay. I trust you. It'd be funny if like all the comments are just like, we have no idea what Adam was talking about.
No, people will get that one.
Yeah, it's a shame Adam hated Days of Heaven. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Hate with an emphasis on the 8.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
He hates women. He hates Days of Heaven. In that order.
Yeah, I would watch it again for sure. I would love to check out the other early Malicks.
There's really one other. Just one other.
Well, yeah, but I still haven't seen like Thin Red Line also.
That was his big comeback, yeah.
Yeah.
Thin Red Line.
So I still consider that to be early Malick. I guess not early Malick. Not double early.
That's after his break.
Not double early. Yeah.
Because the Thin Red Line has like hilarious fucking, part of the reason why he's notorious for the editing of his films is I believe that's the one where actors thought that they were the lead and then were like cut out.
Yeah.
And they only found out when they watched the movie. I was like, what?
Literally.
I think it was like Adrian Brody or something.
Yeah, it was Adrian Brody. He was cut out. Yeah. Like mostly.
I thought I was the lead. What the fuck? I went to watch this movie that I thought I was starring in, and it's still 3 hours long. And I'm like not in it. Or I'm in it for like one scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
I really like that movie. That's a really cool unique war movie for sure. Especially that what we're saying about the environment and the way it's like juxtaposed or entangled with the story. Like it's really interesting in that movie as it is here too. When you have like such a tactile, tangible kind of like setting, it just really works well, as it does here with the kind of farming stuff. This is probably my favorite film I've seen of his. I'm looking forward to catching up to some of the more contemporary stuff in due time. Can see that influence. It definitely speaks to me. It's not really much I'd critique about this movie. Maybe just
It was a pheasant.
some janky audio here and there. Nothing too wild. But for me, this will be a really strong 4.5 stars. This is what I'm looking for from film.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
It's interesting because I think, we were having conversations about some like older films before, and the level of like what types of things you attribute to just being like, that's from the time period, whatever, they were doing their best in most movies like that or like that. Audio, the type of audio that is in this film, I would consider, like, personally along those lines. Like, if I see a movie from the 70s and it's like, okay, I can tell this is dubbed and the lips aren't matched perfectly.
Mhm.
Even though there are examples where like they go above and beyond from the time period where it's like, okay, wow, like you can't even tell. But the expectation for me is like a movie from the 70s is like, that's what I'm seeing. And it doesn't like ruin it. It's like a part of the style for me. And I find that interesting because we were having that conversation about Night of the Hunter, just different aspects.
Yeah. No, I feel similarly. Like, I notice it, but it isn't
Yeah.
necessarily like a criticism. It's just kind of like there.
8 out of 10 from me. Loved it. I always wondered what if Wheat was a film.
Bread.
This is a bread movie. Oh my god!
Bringing it all back home.
Nice.
That was why I felt compelled.
Yeah.
I was beckoned.
Days of bread.
That was good. Well, I'm glad you liked it. If there was no wheat, it'd be like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, if it was corn, yeah, thumbs down.
Ew. The corn industry is like the representation of everything wrong with America.
Uh-huh.
You subsidize it and give it to like your fucking livestock. What the fuck? You use it as
Drink it.
sugar. You're like, no sugar, please. I want high fructose corn syrup and everything in all my
I'm
soda.
pretty sure that's going on in Canada too.
Not really. not to that extent. When they say Mexican cola, what they actually mean is cola from anywhere outside of the United States.
Mm.
Like our sodas have like, fructose glucose, but not, high fructose corn syrup. Like it's an entirely different thing. It's like cane sugar derived, I think.
You know what we have though? Freedom. We have freedom.
You're not drinking your corn? What the
I bet you'd like to know what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 for Days of Heaven. Perfect movie. Alex, you've been recommending just like my favorite movies of all time, so please continue.
Damn, yeah. I got to break the streak soon and get some revenge,
Do you want to just pass it off to me? I could.
I think it's your rec.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
We got questions first, no?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, first. Let's do some questions first. Getting ahead of ourselves.
Y'all had a big turk.
What?
I'm just eating a big turk.
What did you just say? Something about Big Turk.
Actually, I'm eating a big turk mini, which just makes it a turk, I guess.
What the fuck?
It's a fucking chocolate thing. It's like Turkish delight covered in chocolate.
Oh, I thought you were like holding a giant turkey leg, like gnawing
Oh my god. I've done that before
like
too, but
You don't call those a big turk? Because that would be fitting.
That'd be great. Yeah, no. I would call like the American oh my god. If you're ever at like a Disney like Disney World and they have the fucking like, oh, you can get a turkey leg. Those are big turks.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing.
There's something wrong with like the entire food industry in America where you go there and it's like, oh, they've genetically modified all these animals to be freakishly large. And for some reason, they're not in other countries, and you have to assume it's because of some health and safety standard.
They inject them with like water or something.
Fuck, I don't know. And then RFK is like, we need to ban Tylenol.
Damn, yeah. Looking at pictures of Big Turk, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Not really into the Turkish delight kind of situation.
Yeah, no, it's a niche thing. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but
yeah.
I like them as a little snack. It might be like even a bad texture thing for people, but
Oh damn. What are we talking about?
Sorry, what?
Did I hear Jake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I've been here. Just listening to the Big Turk discussion.
I've been listening.
Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing to add though, so it's okay.
I don't. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and be quiet. Idris Elba meme type of shit.
Idris Elba has a meme that says you got to sit back and be quiet. Maybe I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, you're such a boomer.
Oh, I'm such a boomer.
Okay, Boomer. You boomers ready for some questions?
Hold on, I gotta show this meme to Adam.
Yeah, no, I'm looking it up.
No, I'm sending it.
Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction.
This is like when you didn't know the Avatar memes. What the hell,
Okay.
man?
I just sent it to you. There you go.
Yeah, well, fuck, yeah, okay, yeah, well, for every meme that you guys know that I don't know, I know like 6 weird fetishes, okay?
You say that with pride.
I know so many subculture lingos.
You do.
I speak to the weirdos everywhere.
You do. We're grateful for that.
Yeah, and if we didn't have weirdos, we would have nobody watching.
We would have no Lars von Trier.
You know, praise be to the people that spend all their time watching YouTube.
True.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of freaks.
Especially the ones with YouTube Premium.
Oh, they're the best.
Thank you. Question time?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do some questions then. From the Sardonicast community, head over to the suggestion thread over on the subreddit if you want to leave questions for future episodes, just like Matthew Meredith 1 did, who simply asks, what are you jealous of about each other's countries? So we gotta rack our brains here. I could get us going if you guys want to think for a little minute.
Go ahead if you got something.
I'll start with, what am I jealous of Canada? Space. Got lots of space over there. Nice wilderness.
We have more. We got more.
I suppose that does apply to America too, the space.
But you don't. I don't know if you have more empty space. Actually, total space. No, we're the 2nd largest landmass.
But we have more.
No, you don't.
We're counting the oceans, which we dominate.
Just say it and it's true.
We have more total, and it's more spread out with less people inhabiting.
We dominate the oceans. So.
Okay.
Okay, sure, yeah. Gulf of...
I always feel safe in Canada. I'll give Canada that. Like, the safety aspect's quite nice.
Thank you.
It's nice to travel somewhere and feel safe. Am I jealous of America? Just how ridiculously powerful you are as a country. I'm saying you, as it you are the monolith America, Jake, right now. You are the country.
Jake's wielding a lot of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much power where like every choice has a downstream effect on the entire world. That's quite... I don't know if I'm jealous of that, but I guess someone has to have that at some point, and it's you guys.
You're jealous that America is destroying the world.
I'm jealous that like
the posturing,
where everyone's like, we're all like watching you with bated breath. You know,
Yeah.
like there's nothing we can do. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
It's nice to hold all the cards.
It's so great when a country can just,
bully everyone.
disrespect the rule of law at every turn and do whatever it wants. And then you have to watch like the Prime Minister of England be like, well, maybe, we'll see what happens.
They're just like beefing like on Twitter basically, like every day. Like every article I read is just like Trump said some shit about Keir Starmer. It's like, wow, this is really what we're doing now? Okay.
Bring back Liz Truss, right?
Yes, finally some sense is being spoken.
bring back the lettuce.
Okay, I have my compliments.
What are you jealous of?
Please.
Okay, things that I admire about your countries. Canada, Gordon Lightfoot was born on your soil. One of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time.
Cool.
So
Justin Bieber? Drake?
Okay, I take it.
Ryan Reynolds?
You win some, you
Okay.
lose some.
I'm trying to be nice.
All the ones that turn out to be shit, then people on the internet are like, oh yeah, they're Canadian, right? But then the ones that are not shit, nobody mentions it. There's a lot of secret Canadians in the fucking entertainment industry. Because they do successful enough in Canada, then they just start going where the money is, which is obviously American audiences, and they just make American productions.
Yeah.
Right? It's a pretty radical, revolutionary thing for Matt Johnson to be so successful and continuing and insisting to make like Canadian films.
Yeah, that is cool.
Like that's a crazy thing for that to happen in our country, and I love to see it. And Louise as well.
You got the late great Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Yep. You got Adam from YMS over there.
Oh, thanks.
You got Leonard Cohen. I mean, come on.
Let's go.
You just search up a list, like it's endless.
It is endless. No, I love Canada.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know Norm Macdonald was Canadian. That's cool.
Canada's great. England, less nice things to say, you know.
We can take it. We got a sense of humor, you know what I'm saying?
You have to.
No, I mean, no, I think I really like Ireland. Ireland is great. No, I love the. I've only been to London once.
I would love to go to London.
Yeah, London's London.
Yeah, I liked it there. You guys have great vegan options. You guys are super ahead.
Yeah.
In London, especially with the vegan food, it was like wonderful. So, yeah, there you go.
Probably helped by the Indian population, I think.
Really
Awesome Indian food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't there like a lot of vegan Indians?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a thing.
Did you answer, Adam?
No, I didn't know.
What are you jealous of?
I just wanted to see what Jake's was first.
Yeah.
I have to say real quick. For some reason, I still have the Google opened for the pictures of the Idris Elba meme reaction. And I found one that is the sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction, but it is a picture of a horse wearing a suit.
Oh, can you post that one?
Sitting on its own
shit.
giant testicles.
Post it.
There you go. Wait, what?
And I just thought that if I did not mention that right now,
You got to post
then
it in the.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be Sardonicast.
Post it.
And yeah, maybe you'll recognize this meme, Adam, instead of the Idris
Oh
Elba.
God! You know, I have seen that picture actually.
Okay,
That's hilarious.
all right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one, right?
You know, it's not necessarily testicles.
It could just be a brown.
It's a very low res image. It could be a yoga ball that's an unfortunate color.
That's true.
Memes
So,
shouldn't be allowed to be high res. Like the low res they are is part of the humor.
That's true.
Okay. Alex, I have never been to the UK, but I feel jealous that you were like a hop, skip, and a jump away from like other cooler countries. You know, you get to just like go
All of Europe.
yeah, like France and Germany, and like, you know, maybe your passport's not as strong as it used to be post Brexit, but
Yeah.
you know, you're still it's like if I wanted to go to Cannes again, which I do at some point, the expense of that flight, you know, like it's so far.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Right.
wild.
There's like you could just drive there from the UK.
Yeah, I'd never actually
really
done that,
wanted
but
to.
yeah, there's a train that goes straight to
Yeah.
France.
My road trip from Atlanta to Vancouver is probably like from London to like
Yeah.
China. I don't know where. like that was a long distance.
Well, yeah, like my flight to Berlin was what, 2 hours or something, like 2 and a bit hours.
Yeah. That's a cool thing. Jake, I am very, very, very jealous that you get to vote in American elections.
It's not that great.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
It feels pretty defeating. Actually.
yeah. There is a frustration that comes from not even being able to vote on the things they're.
No, it's frustrating to know that my vote literally doesn't matter because I'm in Washington, which
Yeah,
votes
that
blue
too.
no matter what.
Oh, yeah,
It literally
yeah.
fucking doesn't even matter. So there's like 3 states
Yeah.
that determine the election. So yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm jealous of the many, many different consumerist options that you have.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Okay.
It's like your country is kind of like a playground for people with money.
You know, I
Yeah.
feel like the UK and America, we're just on the same track. I feel like the UK is just, a couple decades ahead in terms of like empire and decline. You know what I mean? Just like accepting this new role in the world stage. Like the UK,
By
Britain.
giving up and just selling everything you own.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's enough.
It's just like there's a weird like insecurity. I think it explains a lot of like the crazy like reactionary politics that our countries are going through. And it's just like, oh, what happens if we aren't like in control of the world, you know?
Yeah. I'm also, another thing I like about the States, I think, like there's some obviously, cultural differences, but like there's some cool culture in the US. Like Atlanta's really cool. I loved Atlanta. I would love to go back there.
Yeah, some really cool people. Yeah.
Chicago's weird. I like how weird Chicago is. Like
What do you mean by weird?
everything that makes Chicago Chicago is like, we decided to do something so different and stick to it that no one else is sure if we're trolling. Like Malort, like it's literally just to trick
Right.
people. Like the weird ass hot dogs. Like some of them are cool.
Culturally speaking, like the U.S. is fascinating. There's so much.
Exactly.
Like, it's
varied.
huge. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so many different pockets and
Yeah.
places you can explore. It's wonderful. I mean, it's the same with the UK. I mean, the culture is just like you go to different areas. And it's much smaller, like landmass, but it's so old historically. There's so much history, and it's so
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a thing the UK objectively wins on. It's the history,
Oh, of
the age of
course.
it. It's like you really feel it when you're in Canada and America. Like I'm just used to shit being old, like hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
You know, these like castles and like just all this mixture of like architecture and whatnot. You guys feel like babies in comparison.
Oh, babies.
Yeah, well, you probably drive by a castle like every day. I remember growing up, I'd like fantasize, like, oh my God, like that'd be so, like growing up in the suburbs in Phoenix, Arizona, just pavement and dust.
yeah.
Like anything older than like 50 years was like, holy shit, it's an old building.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Going to America is like, going to the United States is like visiting 50 separate divided countries that are not united.
I see it kind of like Europe in a way. Well, like each state is almost its own country, really.
Yeah.
It's just a bit more of like you all speak the same language, but
Yeah.
the disagreements are pretty similar.
The regions are, I'd say the West Coast, like, is generally pretty similar to the other parts of the West Coast, but the East Coast is pretty different depending on where you're at, and then the South is its own, topsy-turvy world.
Yeah.
Everything just seems like accentuated in America. Like there's a lot of overlap with the UK.
Sensationalized.
Yeah, but even just like things like the city versus small town kind of divide.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like that's a thing here for sure, but it's so accentuated in America, I think partially because of the geography, the space. Like a small town here, like the country's so small, like even the most remote place you're going to be, it's still not that far away from like a city of some type normally, depending on where you are in the country. But some of these places in like America and Canada, you're like so remote, you're so detached. It's almost like a more like tribal thing almost, where I don't even know how you like govern that kind of like disconnect really.
Oh, the way you do it is you just give unequal weight to the people that vote.
Yeah.
So that like, the affirmative action for Republicans is how you do it.
Uh-huh.
Electoral college,
Yeah,
best
well.
idea ever.
Yeah, it's
I think land should be able to vote.
a lot of people here do. They really think that.
Well, because if you don't, then you're allowing the majority of people to have tyranny with their voting power over the minority of people. You don't want New York to decide an election, even though that's where the people are. You want the places where the people aren't to decide the elections. Because if somebody from New York became president, Trump. But somebody else from New York became president, then they'd ignore all the places that are not New York. And that problem is solved by having the rural places elect presidents. Obviously, that solves the problem. And they're totally not ignoring other places, and it's not just something inherent from a person being born in a certain Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's stupid. We have a stupid system here, and I think
tons of stupid systems everywhere.
Oh, lots of stupid systems everywhere. I think the U.S. and Canada are similar in some ways in the sense of like dominating a landmass and this idea of eternal free land, free real estate forever and ever. Like that was kind of like the allure of North America, of like, let's just dominate and kill the native population, and then we can have free land to kind of like give give something to the people here so that we can take over. And I think like now we're at the end of that phase. Like there's no longer this unlimited expansion in the States. And what do we do now? We just buy stuff. We get our goodies. We get our cheap shit. But how much longer will that last? I don't know.
Gotta have your goodies.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I'm issuing a correction. So Canadian sodas often do include high fructose corn syrup, but to differing degrees.
Oh, not so perfect are you over there, Mr. Canada?
Not so free of corn, are you?
Yeah, I don't really drink soda. Glucose fructose, which combines sucrose and high fructose corn syrup. So it's like a combo. So it's like not as much.
What part of Canada is like the Texas of Canada? Were you telling
Alberta.
us? Alberta.
They're snow cowboys.
Nice.
I'm not kidding. It's crazy. If you fucking go to like one of the airports, you might see somebody in a cowboy hat and go like, "What? Excuse me?"
That's so funny.
Oh, it's so funny. It's hilarious.
Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry are together now. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She kissed a prime minister and she liked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I kissed a Canadian and I liked it.
Do we have more questions, Alex?
Okay. Let's do this one then. I'm seeing it's along similar lines from Indigo Valeria. With politics coming up more frequently, I'm curious about your thoughts on how capitalism affects the film industry. Because of the huge amounts of money invested, studios favor risk-averse projects like franchises and sequels. They stifle creativity by avoiding politically sensitive topics that could be problematic in international markets like China. They seem to greenlight projects purely based on subscriber growth and engagement metrics for their streaming platforms. As mergers continue to monopolize the market, it's become harder for filmmakers to compete, especially when you look at the labor exploitations that go on in the writers and VFX industries. What do you think can be done to change this? Are there any policy proposals you would like to see implemented?
What?
It's a bit of a natural extension, I guess, of what we're talking about. I don't know, like ever since the Wuthering Heights thing got my brain worrying about like, I don't know, I feel like art subsidies and sort of like government support is a huge thing. That is like a practical step forward, I feel like, in making a difference. You need to do something to counteract or like massage your own local workforce instead of importing cheap labor or exporting it all. You need to like protect certain sectors, like Canada does it, right? That's why a lot of stuff is shot in Toronto or London too. There are a lot of like subsidies and kind of tax rebates in certain like VFX sectors, or even the complete kind of inverse kind of philosophy. If you don't want to be like France or Canada, even like South Korea, places like that are investing a lot into subsidizing, basically, because it kind of loops back around at a certain point, and you generate billions of dollars. Like you create something that represents your country in like a positive way, and it just enriches everything. Like look at Demon Hunters. There's lots of stuff like that, depending on the country, but it's more like what you want to target. And that seems like an actual like productive way of doing it that gets results. Otherwise, it's what you just leave it to just a smaller and smaller group of already rich people to just do everything, and it's just like the same thing represented over and over again. And I don't know, something needs to shift with it, right? Like it's unsustainable at some point, Like it always comes back to these like outsourced VFX companies and just trying to slash the bottom line up against the ballooning budgets that these films seem to have. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like sustainable long term.
I agree. I just like, I don't know where exactly the solution is. I think what you're suggesting is helpful, but I mean, like, yeah, surefire thing for me, at least, what I consider to be helpful, is just try our best to like guide some kind of cultural shift so that audience members are seeking out smaller projects, right? And more, like artists that can prove themselves even without those gigantic budgets. And every once in a while we do get kind of shot in the foot with that as a concept, because sometimes people make it and then they're like, oh yeah, okay, we'll let you do whatever you want, and then it's like a big flop, like The Bride or whatever. Where it's like, oh damn, I guess you shouldn't have given them that money. But I think we need to just kind of like not enforce, but encourage this idea, make it a common enough talking point that, like, yeah, for every The Bride, there's other risk-taking auteur films where someone was given a chance, didn't have like a either nepotism or favoritism, or wasn't born into it, and kind of like proved themselves. Like, I don't know, the Backrooms movie seems like kind of an interesting thing coming out. Like some fucking like 8-year-old directed the movie.
Yeah.
Like A24, he's got like an Oscar-winning and Oscar-nominated actor like starring in it, and it's like, oh wow, like you're putting some faith in this project. Like that's kind of interesting. And yeah, like I the more that people are aware of and able to support different voices, I think that in of itself does a good job at alleviating these issues in some ways. Voting with your wallet, so to speak.
Yeah, that does only so much to me when I think about, like, speaking for my country anyway, the temperature I read is that like at a cultural level, there's almost like a hand wavy kind of, yeah, that's like it's not that important, like the arts, really. Like something you do in your spare time, but it's not the be all end all. It's not the stock market. It's not the thing that's driving everything. So it's kind of over time, like educational policy anyway, is like stripped away as far as that kind of stuff being supported or massaged anyway. Even though, I don't know, when you look through history, like the art that comes from all these different periods of like support or people having a bit more, a bit less stress in their lives with like the balance of like the work-life balance and this kind of thing. So I don't know, there is like almost like a philosophical kind of mindset thing, which is different depending on your country. Some countries like really value their artistic output in certain fields more than others, or their musical output, their painters, their musicians, whatever. I think I said that twice, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's almost like people don't know how to see art otherwise outside of a lens of like, this has to make money, hence why people always conflate like, oh, it's made all the money, hence it's good. Like, or whatever,
yeah.
Even though it doesn't really add up like that.
And I guess I should add, like, to, even if we are to support smaller artists, those are people that have found one way or another to get their project off the ground in the first place. And the more that we can do to support, smaller artists being able to even start, which oftentimes does come from like government funding, the more we can do for that, the better, I think. More voices, more choices.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even try to rhyme it. That's a good slogan. Yeah, more voices, more choices.
More voices, more choices. Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds pretty woke, Adam.
Yeah, well, I'm awake, so I've woken up.
Yeah, but I'm with you guys mostly on this topic. I mean, as you guys know, it's just like there needs to be better labor practices. Film is a commercial art form. Like the reason why there's all the protections, and that labor unions won, in like the 40s and 50s and 60s, like all these things have just been whittled away over the decades by austerity politics. And now it's like, where are we? And all of these things, they take a lot of fighting, to make sure that people get health insurance. And like Hollywood is literally collapsing. People cannot afford to work on these productions anymore. And it's going to come down to just building up a stronger labor movement. And I mean, Hollywood's just like one aspect of it. I mean, obviously, it's like all these different industries, but just Hollywood is one example. And I think also like when you have the stronger labor practices, and also like there needs to be ways to produce put money, maybe publicly funded money, into helping young filmmakers make things. Like we were talking about that, Alex. You talked so much about that with the your Wuthering Heights review. Like there needs to be ways for artists to break out. And
Evil Dead.
I think about but I mean, like, we need, hopefully, so that here's the thing: there are bad, like, labor practices on low budget films. Like, notoriously, movies that have a low budgets, they're skirting costs. They're, maybe they're not abusing the people on set, but they're working long hours and people aren't getting paid a lot.
Shane Carruth was
gluing locusts to wheat. Yeah.
So there needs to be ways that people can get a start in this industry. And I think there needs to be some public funding there. But also, we also need to have a society and a country that values art. And we just have not cultivated that. And it's sad. It's really fucking disappointing. But
I'm not hopeless on this. Like this is one thing that I'm like a bit of an optimist about. I think that there has been a shift in terms of like voices where people are demanding more out of the films that they're watching, right? Like I think that there is a sizable amount of people, enough so that industries see it as a market, like as dollar signs, which is good because that's a part of voting with your wallet, is letting them know, hey, I would like to see more interesting things by more interesting filmmakers. I don't want to watch the exact same movie every time, right? And with those people speaking their mind in public places, Twitter, whatever. You don't have to go on Twitter. I wouldn't recommend it, but and say wherever, you do see change. Like the industry does pay attention to those places. Like I guarantee you they do. And you made some interesting points about like workers' rights and labor practices, but I've got a bit of a counterpoint. Deadline reports Jonathan Majors fell through a window on Daily Wire action flick, leading crew to walk off set. Producers say they, quote, don't negotiate with communists. So sounds like labor. No, this is real. I just posted the article in the chat. Isn't that funny? Sounds like labor practices is like a woke, weird thing that
you're right.
Is for communists.
I want to work on the anti-woke movie where people get injured and fall through windows. That sounds like amazing.
Yeah. I want to have no rights, actually.
Sounds like some communist bullshit. Getting paid fairly? Fuck that.
Isn't that the funniest quote?
It's like the people that are anti like building regulations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, remember when Dave Rubin pretended to like have that opinion on Joe Rogan, and even Joe was like, "You don't believe what you're saying," and then he was never invited back on the show again ever because even Joe Rogan could tell he was a bullshit salesman. Like, come on, oh, you're so bad at your job, Dave. Oh, you're so bad at it.
You had one job.
That's your only job. You couldn't even trick Joe Rogan, dude that falls for the litter box in schools shit. Dude that believes like literally anything any one of his friends said about his friend's wife's friend's brother's cousin's friend.
Couldn't even trick Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like that should be like a medal of shame.
Damn,
I'm impressed. Genuinely,
I'm impressed. I think, is that the word? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have a conspiracy theory that I think is absolutely probably true. I believe, and I might have said this on the podcast before, I believe that the Western shift from 2D to 3D animation, sure, was propelled by Pixar and the success of Toy Story, but ultimately kept that way and encouraged to be that way because it is infinitely more common for 2D traditional animators to be unionized, whereas 3D animators are considered visual effects workers and are way less common to be unionized. And that's why you hear all these horror stories throughout animation, visual effects industries, 3D animation, all these fucking horror stories, they're all true. Like they get overworked, crunched, often uncredited, like not paid properly, given tons of extra work on like an extreme deadline without any extra pay. And these people are doing it because they love art. They're artists, right? A lot of these people went to fucking art school because they wanted to do art, and they're being exploited. They're being absolutely fucking exploited by major companies. Vote with your wallet.
Yeah, there's normally some economic explanation for these things. Yeah.
But they don't negotiate with communists, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Simple
why
as.
would you?
I hope they
Why
keep
would you?
him falling through a window in the film. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be epic.
It's especially easy to disagree when everyone you disagree with is a communist too, in your mind.
It's a very loose, versatile term.
Yeah, it's kind of like just what you fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Do you think the Jonathan Majors Daily Wire movie is going to get a higher or lower Rotten Tomatoes score than the film Michael?
Lower.
Ooh, that's tough.
Lower.
Lower. Mm.
I'm gonna say higher.
Yeah. Critics they're biased. They're biased against Benny. Benny Shapipi.
Yeah, it's probably lower.
I'm out in Miami, ho.
What?
Don't worry about it. Someone
Okay.
cool will get it in the comments.
I'm just, I would be so funny if like one of these days we do an episode where you just say random shit and you're like, oh, it's a reference to a thing.
Oh, that's every episode.
And it's just like, it was
Yeah.
all, none of it was a reference.
It's just been losing your mind. Like just...
My mind is like a never-ending playlist of just sound bites. It just never fucking ends. There's no such thing as quiet in my head.
Hmm.
You sound like you've been possessed by Mary Shelley when you say that.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'm not even gonna do an impression. I don't. I don't have the heart for it today.
It's too cringy.
The energy is not with me.
Well, do we have time for another question?
I could do one more.
Damn. Want to do one more? Let's round this one down then with this one from... Do we want one from Yum Yum Pod or Hello, It Is Joe? I can't decide between these two. Help me pick with his name. Just the name.
We can do a virtual coin flip, unless you have strong feelings.
Ooh, nah. Jake, do you have a strong feeling? Yum Yum Pod or Hello, It Is Joe?
Hello, it is Joe.
Okay, that's what the coin flip said anyway, so fate decided.
And there's something serendipitous about that. Hello, It Is Joe says, because Jake tried to escape the uglies discussion, what would each of your silly nicknames about how ugly you are be?
Oh yeah, everybody had a silly nickname.
Yeah, you had like a nickname based on what you're known for being ugly for, I guess. So mine would be something like Ginger, rhymes with ginger,
Oh,
Ginger Ninja, something like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Mine would be resting bitch face.
Mm-hmm. And mine would be British teeth. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
Damn, that was clean.
That was
Actually.
quick, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I think we can do the other one. Come on, what's the other one? What's JoJo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
should we do that for Yum Yum Pod?
Or no, it's Yum Yum.
Okay.
No.
Could you imagine having your name read and not your question?
True. Yeah, that's
You'd
right.
be like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, fine, Yum Yum Pod, you can get this one. We've started to see more directors and ones of note, like Darren Aronofsky and Steven Soderbergh, start to use AI, and I was curious to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Are there any directors you're expecting to embrace this? Also, are there ones in particular you'd be disappointed if they did? Who pops into your head?
The Soderbergh thing was like a betrayal. That's like really disappointing.
Oh, what did Soderbergh do again?
I haven't seen that one.
What do you-
What was the context of him? Just kind of embracing it.
It was a quote. He talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
like
no,
how
yeah, the
he's
quote.
embracing it. He said there's going to be a lot of AI in his upcoming work.
What if
Oh.
he's talking about like the Steven Spielberg movie?
I hope he was, but I don't think so.
It's going to be a lot of copies of that film secretly in the background of my every shot. It's like the Superman in Seinfeld.
I guess, yeah. We kind of need to start getting granular with the way we talk about this as far as filmmakers doing it.
Yeah, what is AI even?
Like, yeah, what do you mean by AI? Do you specifically mean like generative stuff? Because that's like the big issue to me anyway. I can see like a Jon Favreau like being all about that. You know, the really like tech focused like filmmakers. Maybe a James Cameron. He's always talking about like, oh, the next Avatar's got to make 5 billion for us to even think about starting the next one. Maybe a way to make it cheaper.
He has talked about AI as like certain aspects of it as a tool to be able to like make visual effects production move faster.
Yeah, there's things where it would make sense under certain contexts.
But that's the thing, is like when you collect it all under AI, then it's like any kind of, because there are things before AI that maybe now that if they were developed in the visual effects industry or whatever, we'd call it AI, you know? So it's like,
yeah, like the crowd shots in like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
100%.
Where it's like all these kind of procedural like minions, like in a video game kind of. Like that
I think
doesn't seem like
I think that's pretty distinct away from that. Like procedural animation, yeah.
I would say so too.
but I mean, if something like that was developed now, I think people would, I don't think they would hesitate to be like, yeah, it's AI.
Oh yeah, because it's all fucking marketing and weird.
That's what I mean about the terms and like the way you describe it. Yeah. Where that's, I don't know about that one.
I think what I think is more sinister that I see a lot, like Natasha Lyonne had a whole Fallout issue debacle when she was like she's trying to produce some kind of like AI film or whatever. You know, Aronofsky kind of to another degree, but I think what we're going to see more and more of is a similar thing, and it's comparable to, I think, the fucking one of those coin scam things that we had a few years ago.
Cryptos, NFT.
Oh, NFTs.
NFTs. I think it's a very similar thing where it's like for a while you had Jimmy Fallon talking about NFTs. Now he has an NFT. And everyone has an NFT thing. And then it was like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. And I think there's so much fucking money in AI and all the speculation there. It is literally the one thing keeping the U.S. economy afloat and growing. That's so much money that I think more and more you're just going to see celebrities coming out being like, actually, I think AI is the future, and we need to start using it smartly and all these things, because they are, I'm sure, so many celebrities, so many directors are getting constantly hounded by their agents, by managers, being like, we need to take this deal with this AI company. This is the only job you're going to be getting in the future. Like, there's so much money that it's going to sway a ton of these big stars and celebrities.
Your job is now to hype stocks.
Yeah, literally.
Well, speaking of Joe Rogan, didn't like Ben Affleck go on it recently and talk about like this company he's made, like a filmmaking company, but with an AI angle, because that's the best way to get investment, is like brand it as an AI like media company. You're going to get more like luck with investment that way than like a film media company.
Yeah, that's a weird kind of sad thing. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's annoying.
It's going to collapse, and when it does, it's going to be fucking bad.
Yeah, it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny and sad.
It's going to be funny until it affects the global supply chains.
Yeah.
It's going to be funny until everyone gets laid off.
It's going to be funny until I remember that I'm paid in US dollars.
Yeah.
So, like, as long as my economy tanks worse, then I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
As long as my own I'm rooting against my own country's economy in comparison to the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
Wow. In terms of answering the question, I will say that I was not surprised in the slightest that Derek Savage is embracing AI. I was like, oh yeah, I could have seen that coming.
Yeah, of course.
We're all, I think we're all secretly hoping that Neil Breen doesn't, but I think there's some part of me that feels like he probably won't, maybe.
Or he'll just use it in such a bizarre way. It would be like, whoa, you've like reinvented a way how to like use this.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like he definitely is an artist with a vision, that's for sure. But he also, there are aspects where it seems like, you know, he's trying to go for the least money spending option, and so that, I guess that's the concern. is if we get another tiger fighting scene. It might not be hand animated.
Damn, that'd be a shame.
AI is ruining bad art. You know,
Yeah.
like how many people put so much effort into making fake Avengers leaked trailers,
Yeah.
and fake Spider-Man trailers,
God,
where
there's
they'd
so
like
many of those. There's so many.
they'd like do shitty edits of Tobey Maguire being like, "I'm Spider-Man."
That used to be an art, like on YouTube. You know, the like fake Men in Black 3
Shitpost, yeah.
like trailer or whatever. Like,
They were charming and stupid. Then like people would believe it. Like in
Xbox
like you,
720.
yeah.
now all the fake, Avengers leaks, it's just like it's just stupid, and it like you can tell that it's AI for the most part, but still you're just kind of like, I don't know, it kind of looks like something that Joe and Anthony Russo would film,
Yeah. Actually looks better than the film.
How do I search someone's letterbox to find out if they've seen a thing?
Can you?
Oh, I see. Now I figured it out.
What are you trying to find?
Oh, nothing.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Don't worry about it.
Just a little nothing.
He's trying to see how many black and white films we've seen and judge us.
All right. Did we answer the question? It was who would I?
I think so.
Yeah, who would I be disappointed? Also, yeah, I guess Neil Breen.
Mhm.
Yeah, we all most of my answers to these questions are Derek Savage and Neil Breen.
Love it.
Fair enough.
I got to recommend.
Yeah, what have you got for us? Is this gonna be good, bad, somewhere in the middle?
Look, I loved Uglies.
Okay.
I thought it was a nice treat, and I thank you deeply.
Right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You did cower out of the discussion.
I did. I had technical issues.
And you gave up.
Yeah.
You gave up willingly.
Okay.
And I do find it hilarious that Alex changed his recommendation to a nice movie that he likes.
I don't like
That
where this
everyone-
is going.
Look, okay. All I'm gonna say is like, I think we're all kind of intrigued about this one anyway.
Oh, no.
And Olivia
Hmm.
really wants me to watch it, and I'm curious. Peter 5'8", the new Kevin Spacey 2024,
Oh shit.
which like recently got released on Tubi, apparently.
What?
Yeah,
I don't
no.
even know about this.
Okay, cool. Well, then you're intrigued now.
Is that the one where he's like,
Oh, I don't
is he
know.
like investigating?
Mm.
I feel like I saw a trailer or something. What was it called again?
Yeah, no, I think I saw a trailer like a while ago and forgot about it too. It's called Peter 5'8",
Holy shit.
2024 film.
Oh yeah, there it is. Peter 5'8".
Yeah, hour 40 minutes. Not too huge of a commitment or anything. It's fun. Fucking Tubi if you want to watch it on Tubi.
Was this filmed in Israel?
Oh, I don't know actually. I have no idea.
Wow, yeah, this looks.
But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, and like this could be a fun discussion.
No, yeah, I've seen the trailer for this. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be fun. I think it could be fun.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be interesting. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good. Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one.
Perfect. Everybody's happy.
God, just seeing Kevin Spacey holding a gun in that poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at the same frame.
In this town, nothing is what it seems. Thank you.
Doesn't he like sing on cruise ships now or something? I swear I've seen like clips of him. Like that's what he does now, Kevin.
He's got like, does he have brass knuckles while he's holding the gun? Is that what's happening? Or did
I
AI
hope
fuck
so.
up his fingers or something? What's going on there? He's got like kitty paws. What's happening? Anyway,
I was looking at Rotten Tomatoes and I thought that it said 67%, but that's the audience rating. It only
Oh.
has one review on the critics. So
oh no.
yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, but it's a positive review. Hold on. NYC Movie Guru, a wildly entertaining, gripping,
Grippy. Grippy.
gripping and wickedly funny crime thriller. Okay.
This is interesting. So that review is from 2024. So they must have had a way to like see it in a theater or something when it came out. And now that it's widely available, no critics are watching it. So we're gonna be the first, maybe.
That's awesome.
All right, if you didn't, anybody listening, if you want to, if you don't want to be spoiled for 2024 film Peter 5-8, starring Kevin Spacey, directed by Michael Zyko Hall, watch it before the next episode comes out. These episodes come out every 2 weeks. You can listen to them early by going to sardonicast.com. Sign up for fucking premium. You get it ad-free, okay? Ad-free. Do it.
Wait, guys. I just sent you the website of the movie reviewer who is the single reviewer of Peter 5.
Oh, he has his own website? Oh, nice.
Oh, I love it when it's on sites like this.
I love blast to the past websites.
Yeah.
It looks like my website.
Google's warning me it's not secure as well.
Oh.
Yeah. It's probably not.
You got to use the VPN.
Missile strike. Just kidding. Are we sponsoring a VPN right now?
I have an affiliate link. I could say it. Surfshark.deal/YMS. Is that what it is? I don't remember.
/ Kevin Spacey.
I tried it a while ago, and then it was like a test run, and then I was like, what the fuck? My dashboard is showing like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people that used the link and signed up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? And I thought they scammed me. I sent an email, forgot about it for a while. And then I checked it again like a couple months ago. It's like showing that I did get paid around that time. I'm like, okay, did I look at it wrong? I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
But this is how I do my fucking ad reads. Is I like fuck it.
Yeah, our first ad.
If you're looking for a VPN anyway, ad free on Patreon.
All proceeds go to Kevin Spacey's legal fund.
Yeah, ad free on Patreon, and also members on YouTube. And if you're a member on YouTube, check the community posts tab for the ad free version. The ones that say members that you click on are not ad free. Don't ask us. YouTube's dumb. But we post the ad-free one in the community tab. They're unlisted, and you access them by being a member. It's so complicated. I wish they would fix it. I hate having to explain this. Just make it simple. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sardonicast highlights as well. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Just jumping ahead.
Happy Kevin Spacey.
No, well, Kevin Spacey is famous for his Christmas unhinged, insane videos he posts.
That's true.
So happy Christmas. We all love Kevin Spacey. And yeah, thank you. I think that was fun.
All right.
Yeah.
We did it. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Happy motherfucking bride.